25 years for what? You gave the house keys up. Halo Gears, Forza, packed in a moving truck. Winning on that stage, but the bass feels cut. Fill up their smiling while
Like zoinks.
Like zoinks. All-time peak of 250,000. 100,000 people playing right now. Avowed was moved for room. Even if Avowed hits 30,000 tomorrow. There you go. Somebody wants to see Hellblade 2. Oh, man. Now you're talking real low numbers. You're talking about... It's just the devs' parents playing this game. This is the friends and family package right here. Hellblade 2 peaked out at 3,900 people on Steam. There are 31 people now. That's the friends and family. That's who's left. The friends and family. Oof. Talk about a dud, man. That game, Hellblade 2, man, that is horrible. It peaked out at 3,900 friends and family played this game. That's it. The devs' parents, the people they met on vacation played it. So anyway, why would Avowed be, and again, we got to see. I'm saying Avowed maybe we get up there. But let's see what some of the people have been saying. A die-hard Obsidian fan, Mr. Matty Plays. Let's hear what you got to say about this. How's this Avowed going? Because I'm going to try to sell it to the Grindhouse right now.
Is not really as valuable to you as it once was. Now, to be fair, this gear grind does bring me back to that feeling of the old Bethesda Game Studios games where you'd complete quests and get unique items or loot in a dungeon that was unique as well. It scratches that itch that Starfield left behind, and they're all visually distinct, which I thought was really cool. But that said, the focus entirely on its scaling and combat doesn't feel in line with the values at Obsidian, and given how repetitive the combat became for me, as I'll depict later, it's not just the conflict of my taste, but also I think the quality of the game itself. The gameplay-focused experience and the lack of reactivity really coalesces in its world where it's almost completely static. You can see, even in the footage right now, NPCs in towns don't roam at all. I mean, just take a look for yourself. Every single town has people standing completely still, likely because they were originally planned to be hubs for your party online to be running around here, so everyone else would have to be static. This would carry into the actual open world biomes of Avowed, where again, everyone feels very much stapled to the ground. Now, even removing myself from these assumptions, even if I'm dead wrong about why I think these things are happening, the reality is they are happening. Avowed's world does feel lifeless. Enemies are on the road waiting for me to just cross them. And despite the drastic measures I go to in my mission as the Adirian envoy, no one really approaches me, like, say, if you want to pull a Skyrim example out, like a courier, and says like, hey, we heard what you did, we're interested in that. Like, you have to go to everything in the game, even like side quests that are happening out in those open zones. Like, they'll be marked with an exclamation point and you'll run up to them. And I'm less picky about that, but you'll just see a lot of remnants of an MMO-like experience. Like if you play, let's go to a BioWare style game. If you play like Star Wars: The Old Republic and you're running around that world,
wow, we're going back.
Everyone is planted in a specific spot waiting for you to come to them. So again, this is where I started to see the remnants of an older multiplayer game. And while there are like idle animation cycles happening in these towns, as you see through that illusion, it does feel very stiff and in not a good way. In this sense, Avowed feels comparable to a moment similar to Bethesda with Starfield, which I know for many this will have a stronger negative connotation than I intend, but remember, I really like base game Starfield. However, Starfield is also a Bethesda game that I can almost guarantee I'll never go back and replay, unlike every single one of their other games. So nice. Avowed is, as I said at the top of all of this, good enough, and I'll get into that, but I also expect more than good enough from one of my favorite developers ever. The view for this game has shifted to something else in an attempt to be more broadly appealing, and I feel it may leave some diehards like me going, yeah, that was all right, but not leaving with the same enthusiasm that an Obsidian game usually churns for people like me. Now, that's mostly because I walked out of the experience unmoved by its characters. I mean, never in a million years did I think I would play even the worst of Obsidian games, where I do all the companion quests, exhaust all the dialogue options, and still walk away after 40 hours being able to say, hey, Kai is all right as a character, I guess. Maybe it's because of Garrus's voice actor, but the rest really weren't interesting at all. I don't
Yo,
Number one customer.
who the hell is this? His
still walk away
character?
after 40 hours being able to say
That is the
hey,
most
Kai's all right
dashing
as a character, I
mustache.
guess maybe it's because of Garrus's voice actor, but the rest really.
Is that the creative character? What kind of mustache is that? What are we doing here? Yo, is that somebody looks like they took shit and smeared it on the guy's face.
Like zoinks.
That is the most dashing mustache I've ever seen. What the hell is going on here? That is the creative character? Dude, somebody put their finger in their ass and they smeared it on his face. They go, there you go, there's your freaking mustache. Holy shit, goddamn dashing mustache. The porn stash. Oh shit. You imagine playing a game and this your character looks like a goddamn with that horrible mustache. What the hell is this game? Oh man, Twisted Sin with the 2. He goes, Phil, quote, you deserve this, Spencer. That's right. That's the Phil Spencer. He deserved this one. All the key terms. The Dirty Sanchez they gave him. Oh shit, they gave him the Dirty Sanchez. Oh man. You're in the character select and you give him it's like, oh, I want to put the Dirty Sanchez mustache on. Oh no, not the Dirty Sanchez. Oh man, this is some ass. That is definitely give him the Dirty Sanchez. $70 game, $100 version, Jack. $100, please. He still goes on, but wait, he's not the only one. Let's go find some more. Let's go see how exciting this game is. I need some more excitement. Maybe this. Oh, what's this?
Oh,
Oh no. Oh man. Why is that guy yo, that guy wait a second.
oh,
Wait a second. Oh man, wait a second. What is this? What is this? It's the Glaze!
The Xbox Glaze and the Glaze at Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation fun.
And Glaze.
The Xbox Glaze. Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation.
Dude, it's when you play the Xbox game, you get the Glaze. You're like, it's like, is this real? Do I cap for it? What's going on? I don't know why he's shocked. I don't know. It comes with the territory. I would assume that you can't shoot anybody in this game. Glaze. He got the Glaze. Oh shit, dude, got the Glaze. What happened? He went the picture. Come here,
oh.
Yo.
Xbox Glaze and the Glaze at Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation
Oh shit.
Xbox Glaze and the Glaze Discord to spread PlayStation
Oh man,
Like zoinks.
Oh man, the Xbox Glaze. I don't know. He's just in shock. I don't know why he's in shock. He can't shoot anybody. I would have told him that from a mile away. I would have told him that from the previews. I'm like, yo, dude, I'm sure you can't shoot anybody. This is a Game Pass game. Oh, man. Well, obviously, this guy seemed to be shocked that you can't shoot the people that are dancing. Oh, man. Oh, no, the chest hurts. Yeah. I don't know why he's in shock. That's so funny. I don't know if I don't know. But I just thought that clip was just whack, man. This is wild. Oh man.
You're my number one customer.
But so we got some more. So and then here's some more. Dude, I can't stop playing the Glaze anymore. Ron M with the 5. He goes, given the way this year started, how many Microsoft devs will be laid off? Dude, I hope not. But Phil's trying to save them by putting games on PlayStation. That's what he's saying. He even got PC gamers, goddamn, in the Xbox Glaze Discord. Avowed best enjoyed if you ignore the frame rate. A PC gamer is telling you to ignore the frame rate.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Holy crap. What is going on here? Why are they telling you to ignore the frame rate? Avowed's low frame rates but smooth feeling. Oh, guys, what? What? Why does this always, it's smooth frame rate, but it's low. Smooth, but low. You mean 30 frames? Like, what the hell are they talking about? Avowed's low frame rate, but smooth feeling. What? What? Oh, subscribe to them. Yeah, because that's a PC gamer. It makes me sound like a hypocrite. Dude, I shouldn't even clicked on his goddamn, his bait clicking stupid stuff. It's just insane. Running benchmarks. So look at this. The running bench. It feels smooth. Pretty decent. Not amazing though. And it's glitching. 1% low frame rate. It's spoiled all over the place. Listen, I don't know why this stuff happens. Like, if the game is not like, this is not, expect jank, right? These are the things. Now it's sitting, I just don't get what the whole idea is of this game, of people doing this thing. Here's this one. Now, a Windows Central, there you go. I love the Avowed, but it further cements how much I dislike paid early access. Because the stuff wasn't patched in until day one, and they're charging people $100 to play early access games without, and they're doing this across the board, not just on Microsoft. They just continue. Let's see what these continue to just deliver these ho-hum games.
Just a minute.
I'm sick.
This is the combat in event.
You're bleeding.
I'm sick.
This is the third person camera that they put in there, right? Look at the movement. Back to Avowed.
Just a minute.
This is the third-person camera that they put in there, but again, they didn't. They just made a third-person camera.
You're bleeding.
One of the things that what is this? They don't react, but instead they added like a they don't react to the hits. Instead, they glow red. So like that's what is that? Is that like a budget way of going like, oh, hit detection? Is that what they're doing? Like a budget way of hit detection? It's like, oh yeah, we'll just make them glow red when they get hit, but the enemy's not going to react to where you're hitting them. They'll just stand there and just like glow red that you're hitting them. I guess that's a booty budget. Like they'll just continue doing their animation, but they'll be red to let you know you're hitting them.
Just a minute.
And again, maybe in a silo, maybe if it was the only game in town, maybe if it was the only game in town, it may be decent. But when you got other games, Kingdom Come 2, Monster Hunter Wilds, Dragon's Dogma, games from years ago, and it looks better and plays better, it's just going to get lost and messed up and just get lost. That's what's going to happen. Again, I'm not saying that this game is a bad game. Like, you know, it's a bad game, but it's just not up with the Joneses, and it's not up to what Obsidian's known for. And this was their new IP in here, and again, it's just one of those things where it's like, you check it out, I guess. And then here you go with all the messaging. Phil going on podcast, which we'll go over now. We'll go over soon. Xbox Play Anywhere didn't apply to Avowed Early Access either. GeForce had it. So if you bought it on Steam and you had GeForce, you could play via cloud on GeForce Now. But Xbox's own Play Anywhere that Phil has been running his mouth about, and we talked about here on the show, wasn't applicable to their own game in their own service. That's inconsistency. Digital Dog just says, call it a bad game. All right. It's a bad game. Definitely compared to what else is going on there. But it did get into 7980, a little Phil fluffing over there. They gave a lot of review copies out. You could see like all these Twitter bots are getting games. But look, this is a point right here where I just want to bring you a mental check to this. It's like, look, he runs around and talks about Play Anywhere and cross saves, and this is what we're doing. We got some work to do there. You're damn right you got a lot of work to do there.
Great circle.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Lou Flame, with the 100 like. Let's get to 200 because this is going to be an epic show, everybody. You got it. We're going. We're rolling. But there you go. GeForce got the exclusivity of cloud, playing this game early access via cloud. But Microsoft's own game in their own system, in their own ecosystem, did not support Xbox Play Anywhere. So if you paid for Game Pass Ultimate and you pay the extra $30 to own the early access version, you could not play it anywhere but your PC or Xbox and all those Samsung TVs, iPhones, cloud gaming. It didn't work. But it worked on GeForce Now if you bought it through Steam. There you go.
Xbox, no. Phil does.
But Phil says that that's a benefit of the Xbox.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Well, there you go. Inconsistency. Your save maybe some games don't. This is it. How do you go around running your mouth about these? This all you got now is this. Well, cross saves and we honor your purchase and we oh, do you now? We'll hear your interview about how you honor. We love that we honor your purchases. You do? So I paid you $20 a month and upgraded. I still can't play this game on the cloud. Okay. Good job, Phil. That's what I mean. That's your Microsoft. That's what they are. You can't play it. Only if you had NVIDIA. So NVIDIA had the cloud exclusive until today. So how's those apples? Like that's the way they roll. That's the way it is. And it's just like the streets.
They're there in Seattle, what's going on with State of Decay 3. Like, we've seen these things. So as I look ahead to the next 18 months in terms of what we're going to be able to show and deliver and do that kind of gameplay,
Do
we
this
can
game
do
next
that
year.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm cautiously confident, right? Because the teams are hard at work and they get that that's kind of the bar now, which is, look, let's show it, let's come show up with gameplay, and let's do a deeper dive when we show up.
When it comes to this year, Starfield is the big thing. Today we confirmed it's 4K 30 on console. Do you guys feel like gamers got used to 60 frames per second, and that's going to be a hard bargain to make with them, or do you guys feel confident that they're going to get it when they're playing it?
I've been playing Starfield since November.
All right, you don't gotta brag about it.
No, it's not a brag. It's not a brag. It is a little bit brag, but and the gameplay's great. And at some point, not to get all geeky about it, but there's render time per frame, and teams can either want to go horizontal or go kind of deep on a frame. And I think it's a creative choice. We obviously have games that are running at 4K 60.
Ooh, I stumbled upon this one.
It's not a platform issue. It's a creative decision.
Halo 120.
Yeah.
What? Oh my God! Why did I fall upon this one? Oh my God! When Phil Spencer was capping, oh, there it is. There's the face. Oh, the glaze. Phil Spencer glaze. Oh no!
The Xbox Glaze and the Glaze.
Oh, we missed them.
Discord to spread
And I think it's a creative choice. We obviously have games that are running at 4K 60 on the platform. It's not a platform issue.
It's not a platform issue. Oh my God. Oh, so what made them have the design choice to make it a 60 frames, Phil? Oh my God, please. The cap. Oh my God. I just click a button. Grinders, I just click a goddamn button, and this man is spewing lies and stinking up my screen with bullshit. My God, I'm trying to find when Booty said that they don't count DLC in their portfolio roadmap, and I get Phil Spencer capping for 30 frames, saying it was a design choice and not a limitation of the hardware. Holy crap! That's right, Glinton. This has been glazed my gears. Holy shit! That's why I'm gonna change a new segment of Glaze My Gears.
On the platform, it's not a platform issue. It's
it's not the S.
Teams can either want to go.
That's why there's no performance modes on the Series S. Oh man, Phil, please.
Or go kind of deep on a frame.
Oh my God.
And I think it's a creative choice. We
Creative
obviously have
choice.
games that are running at 4K 60 on the platform. It's not a platform issue. It's
You're my number one customer.
Halo 120.
Yeah, and I think I trust what BGS, the decisions they make, and I trust what I'm playing. And we've handed the controller on a console to people here, and had them play. Done the same thing with Forza, and I don't ever want us to turn playing games into a math exercise.
Yeah.
That as players we say, hey, if the song doesn't have this number of tracks, or the game, and I'm not saying that 60 or resolution don't impact what you play.
Not like this, Phil.
But I don't think we want that to turn into an Excel thing.
Why did I stumble upon this?
You want to give the creatives the tools to make the best decisions, and let the game will be what it is. I think Starfield's going to be a great game, and I love the reception today. And I don't want to kind of force specs on every game before they start.
Kind of diverting back to the question before this, you talked about showing the games that you're planning to have out. Does the absence of a game in this showcase mean that it's not in your timeline for the foreseeable future? Something like Perfect Dark, we haven't seen for a while. Does that mean that it's not factored into the upcoming the year, or is it something that you're like, oh, we just don't want to show it right now, but it could still show up soon?
No, I mean, we've got a show. We have different beats through the year. We got to pick what we're going to show where, when it's the right time. what did I was talking to Daryl Gallagher, the studio head.
Oh, don't cap about Perfect Dark.
Gamescom. We've got,
I would say, I think your question is,
Right.
we've got over 20 studios when you think about
This
the
is just the
ZeniMax
plot.
acquisitions, the acquisitions prior, and the teams that were
I
already
did
there,
Compost. I already did this.
that at some point,
I wanted to get
unless
to this
both of us need to lose our jobs, and I've been Twitter fired a lot in the last month, that we were going to hit our stride and be in.
This is the part. So in his interview just now, the one that he said that they need room for DLC and stuff like that. This is the
just
part.
a great rhythm of shipping games, and
They don't
when I
count
look
DLC.
forward,
That's what
and,
Booty
like,
said.
I had complete confidence in what the team's doing, and very excited about the things that we haven't shown.
Right. And I think the thing that will get a response, and it will be, we always hear wait till next year. I mean, what do you say to someone who's like, we've heard this dance before?
I'll just say that Starfield's shipping in September, that
You won't need
Forza's
anything
shipping in
else.
October, that Hi-Fi Rush shipped in January, that
Legends.
H2 Legend, like there is a Redfall thing that I'm not going to avoid, like that creates a mark for us.
Yeah,
but
Black
I don't
Eye.
think it's fair to say we haven't shipped a game this year.
Yeah.
Right? I don't think that's right. I think we're going to close the year very strong, both like relative to us and even relative to competition. I feel good, and then when I get into next year,
Oh, relative to competition. It's so funny when they had Starfield exclusive competition relative to them. He feels good. But now he needs them. He needs that 70% now. Yo, the tone, the difference, the cross legs, the confidence, Booty with the trash finger. Ooh. The competition, I feel good. Oh, you're comparing your lineup to Sony's lineup now. Now, oh man, how things have changed. Man, oh man. Sign my ass with the Seek 100. These people are ridiculous. It's like none of them have a brain. I don't have anything more to say, but the phrase, it's better for Janky Jones, says everything. There you go. Exactly. It's good for Indiana Jones. It's good for them. What happened? What's good for Starfield?
Here, I feel equally strong about what we're going to do. But I get the, like, after 2021, wait on 2022. Like, that's what I say. We have to earn it.
It's so crazy listening to these after seeing what was happening now.
Forza are going to be great big releases this year.
Well, I mean, as well, you're talking about next year. You said 2025 too.
Try to look out about as far as a typical production cycle.
Come on,
one of the
Booty.
things that has come up a lot today as we've talked to people is just, is there a bit of a reset on expectations around production timelines? It seems that people still have 2 to 3 years in their head. There are a lot of games that could be made, and
becoming more difficult to manage as there are.
The ones that manage that, right? Like, so they bring to us, look, this is our
Booty, where
a
is
lot
it?
of that collision quarter. Let's try to keep some of these RPGs away.
So
from
you guys
each
do
other.
think about that?
Absolutely.
Like, okay. You know, like with the traffic jams and stuff.
Exactly.
Starfield.
Yeah.
Exactly.
About that.
Definitely take a look at that, and it's going to be something that, you know, I work with Jamie Leader, the ones that manage that, right? Like, so they
Games that
we once had for the game, but it was early. Looking at
Oh,
the level of kind of attention you're going to get, and I think Todd and the team are really primed for that. And I love the reaction. We didn't know.
about Skyrim and where that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
As soon as the question, that
right,
guy.
I think clearly nothing's changed there, and it's not.
He talked about the portfolio. I've covered it before. It's in that thing. I'm not going to waste time on that. Let's just see if there's... I don't think there's anything else left here. Then they play a game with them. I think that was it.
But the studios are really the ones that enable that, and they're just doing really great work right now.
And then everyone tries really hard to avoid GTA 6.
So awesome when that comes out. Sam and the team, like this. So
I'm the
good.
excited
So
one.
good.
They're not big on Rockstar. I am, though, so I'm looking forward to it.
I always buy it, but I always end up going, ugh. I open world games. I go risk product from a small team off and figuring out something.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Do you feel that is a strategy that is going to be pursued more from Xbox? Because I look back at Hellblade 2, that was a more boutique, smaller, beautiful in presentation, but a smaller release. I think South of Midnight is a lower priced release at launch.
Yep.
I'm noticing this happening more and more. And is this something to facilitate this kind of like the era that we live in, where we've got these black hole games that just suck up so much time, and we didn't have TikTok 10 years ago, or Twitter, or all these other things that are asking us to focus on this and not play
Ask
games.
the question.
So smaller games is really helpful to me, especially as a dad with 2 kids. Like I want an 8-hour one and done campaign. Is that a big focus for you?
Yeah, it's. I said years ago, and I kind of got some tomatoes thrown at me about the impact that first party games have in our industry. And it was really this struggle that I saw for the business results. And there's obviously been huge for single player games, like there's no doubt. But part of our reason for trying to get a subscription going was to allow us to also support games that have a beginning, middle, and end. Like I think that the synergies between I want to play a game, indie's not a small game, but like say indie, and then when I finished Avowed's coming, I loved even from our dev direct, like all of those were single player games. They were all games that have a beginning, middle, and end. It was because I didn't want to see every game turn into some big service-based game because they felt like that's where the business model has like it's not easy.
Oh my God. Do you remember the video I just shown when he said the launch of Game Pass and he justified Game Pass because all the games that they were releasing were multi-platform or multiplayer games and it was services with Gears 5 and oh my God. Now, oh man, he is all over the place.
Easy to do that. Not every story is told in that way. Not every game kind of supports that or creative idea supports that business model. And I love the fact that we can go and so like when I look at what Double Fine's working on next, when I think about a team like Compulsion, right? These aren't the biggest teams and they don't want to be massive 1,000-person teams. And we want them to be able to do great work. And so I want to create a platform that can support that. And yeah, I think it's an important part of our industry because not every story is going to be 100 hours long. And not every game is going to have some kind of mechanic that has a currency and everything else. Some games just want to tell their story and move. Some of my favorite games going back to like Limbo and stuff like these are fantastic games that I want to see them continue in our industry.
Nice. Now, as you're probably aware, Phil, we have patrons that support us.
Did he ask a question? Let me see. I might be done with this.
John already knows. I'm somewhat upset that you did not make more of an effort to catch up with me.
Honestly,
I would. Yeah.
No one.
First one is from our grand benefactor. Yeah, Jesse, grand benefactor. Croat56. Hey Phil, we all know your favorite game of all time is Robotron.
No.
Okay.
Good up.
I get so many friends there. Like our offsites, it's so crazy. We do them here. We call them on-site offsites. Like the team.
You know what? Grinders, I listen to enough to know I've listened to too much. Donnell Brown, member of 23 months, almost 2 years, baby. He goes, so you were in the Discord talking about PlayStation, I see. Bootleg Jez is a PlayStation hater. I wasn't in no Discord. There's only one Discord that's glazed.
The Xbox Glaze and the Glaze at Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation FUD.
Dude, they get that glaze. I don't know, man. Listen, I think this was more of just the same old Philness. It is brain rot compost. Like I just, it's the same stuff. Like the major things that he said. The other thing that it was in this interview, I think it was before that, was that he asked the question if will we see logos? And he said, moving forward, you will see logos of PlayStation, Nintendo with their games in their showcases. And I think a lot of people were talking like, oh my God, that's horrible. That's not that. But you know what? It is what it is. They're multi-platform. And they're trying to straddle this line that they're going to put their games everywhere, but they're still building a platform. They're not. Like it's done. Like it's either or. Like you think that these numbers are dismal. It's going to continue to drown out. And when GTA 6 comes out, there's only going to be one choice to where to play. When everybody upgrades from their PS4, when everybody upgrades from their Xbox Ones or whatever they're going to, there's one choice, and it's going to be the PlayStation 5 or the Pro. Xbox is going to be, that's why I said they did this the worst year that they needed to do this. They should have at least waited till GTA 6 came out to see if that did a little spark in their console. And the fact that they didn't is proof that they don't care about the console at all. They don't care. Because if they said, hey, you know what, GTA 6 may make us get a couple of consoles and get some new Game Pass subscribers and all, They would have banked on it, but there's too much pressure, and they're just doing it. Halo, Gears, and Forza. Halo, Gears, and Forza. So we know that is coming. If E-Day comes out, and Fable, maybe. I don't even know, dude. Who knows? You think Microsoft will show Fable? Maybe. I don't know. But you know, one thing that I want to just kind of go back and see, Grind, is remember this.
0 Hour kicked off last night with a few
Xbox
words from
360.
executives.
It celebrated its 20 years on Saturday. Microsoft tweeted it out. Good job, Microsoft. Very celebrate the Xbox 360 generation with a nice tweet and a little logo. Nice. No Xbox 360 sale. Notice that, you know, the 360 games that were backwards compatible. Why are they not talking about those anymore? Remember backwards compatibility? Even though the program's over, those games are still in the store, right? Right, because those games are not going to work on the next Xbox. Or they're still trying to figure that out. And maybe not available at launch. But wouldn't they have backwards compatibility with Xbox 360 games? You think they would have done a crazy holiday 360 anniversary sale on their backwards compatibility games, right? Yeah, nah. No, they didn't. We shall not talk about that. Why? Because probably the Xbox PC don't play them. Nice. Outside Gaming Night got into it too. The biggest gen, just a tweet. Yeah. You'd think they would take... they focused so much. They spoke years of backwards compatibility. You don't think? The Xbox Christmas ornaments and Xbox Crocs. Xbox Cole. But yeah, let's go watch.
Hangar 703 just before opening the doors, which revealed an entire hangar full of Xbox 360s for attendees to get their hands on.
I bought every game at launch. Every game. I had Quake.
The software loaded on the 360s and
NBA.
attendants showcased the system's launch hardware with titles like Project Gotham Racing 3,
Project Gotham,
Quake
I bought
4,
that. I
and
bought
Peter
everything,
Jackson's
every
King
game.
Kong.
I bought King Kong. Do you remember King Kong?
The attendees included over 3,000 gamers who made the trip to Palmdale, California to be one of the first consumers to get their hands on the Xbox 360.
And then no, my Red Ring of Death started in March.
Games
6
weren't
months
the
later.
only attraction at the event, as some found their way to the free tattoo station.
Dude! No! No! They were doing tramp stamps back then. What are they do? Why are they obsessed with tattooing people, Phil? Why are we branding people all the time, Phil? No! Yo, it is the Grindhouse jinx. It is Grind's Giving Grinders, and I didn't even know. I was going to watch this just with everybody. Dude! Why? What did they do? Why? This has got to be this got to be my podcast curse. This has to be my podcast curse. That every time I show an Xbox video, they are tramp stamping, tattooing people, even back in the 360 days. Yo, this has got to be a curse of my show. This has got to be just the dark cloud of the, like, this has to be. Why are they they keep tracking you? Dude, they put it in microprocessors. Yo, here we go. What are we doing here? More tramp stamps. Why will we tramp stamping people? Oh my God, they still do it. It's dude, even the 360, they were tramp stamping people.
To the free tattoo station.
No, a free tattoo station. Oh man, what are they doing? They lower back too. Oh shit, the guy got a lower back tramp stamp. Oh shit. I did not, dude. I was not getting no tramp stamps. Xbox tramp stamps. No way, man. Oh my God, dude, this is wild, dude. This is wild. They got this. They got these freaking tramp stamps. Like, where's my thing? Oh my God, dude. Free tattoos. They got a lower back too. Like, what is the? Oh no!
Another seemingly
Dude, what are they doing? What is it? A perfect dark one? What is it? What gonna do? The Ring of Death tattoo. The ring, and it came back and it says, "Oh, you got to make this. Red Ring of Death. We got to add some red to it."
Games weren't the only attraction at the event,
Games
as some found their way to the free tattoo station.
Oh shit, yo, this is not good. Yo, we gotta come back to We gotta come back to Hero Down Under. His song. There it is.
Sticker slapped on someone else's pride. A borrowed soul with nowhere to hide.
Another seemingly odd addition to the massive event was a single tree adorned with
Xbox in my hand, oh, what a show. Price tag higher than the moon's glow. Call it what you want, but you know it's mine. It's a PC, it's a box, it's a techie design.
Stuttering Satya, oh, we're at it again. Booty and Phil Spencer, oh, we just
Classic.
can't win. Competent and making great games, it's true. But we'll sign it back with Xbox trim stamps just for you. Take you out to rooftop audio, it's a club sign and have a right. It'll be a blast show. We can stumble, but we like to pretend. Xbox trim stamps, you baby, it's a thing. Stumble and fall, but we can sing. Oh, Xbox trim stamps, we are trim stamps, here to stay. Join the party, come on, it's not the day. Our last, but be our friend. Look at your trim stamps and forget we suck again.
That's my classic tune, Xbox Trim Stamp song. I never understood it. Yo, never understood the Xbox Trim. Anyway, back to the day. I didn't understand the Xbox Trim Stamps.
Another seemingly odd addition to the massive event was a single tree adorned with strange pictures, messages, and fluffy white rabbits.
What?
When asked, Microsoft reps said the tree was part of a viral marketing campaign, but couldn't confirm.
What?
On the other side of the hangar, Best Buy has set up a makeshift shop.
I'm Double Agent Garrett, and I am here at the 0 Hour event to represent Best Buy, and man, I'm in a game. We're going to sell them tomorrow live with the registers here from 9 to 5 tomorrow. And then basically you'll be able to pre-order your Xbox 360, and then come 0 Hour, which is going to be roughly right about 9 o'clock, because we're going to go live in New York. Then you'll be able to pick up your Xbox 360. We got truckloads. Yeah, no one will leave without wanting an Xbox and needing one. I say, you want it, buy it, get it right now. We'll have games, probably about 20 titles on hand tomorrow. All the games and accessories you'll be able to get as well, too. I can't wait myself to play Tiger Woods. That's my game.
Tiger Woods!
People like you that want a contest on some website.
Red versus Blue, oh
On the
man.
main stage, a special short made by the creators of Red vs. Blue was screened for the crowd.
You won't regret this. Hey, Graham!
On a rail car. For the presentation, Mark, Rain, and Cliffy B took an extended Q&A session with the crowd that turned into a general gameplay session after more than an hour.
Hey, Marcus Speedus versus Master Chief. Who wins? I'd say Marcus, because he was in prison and he's a dirty fighter.
A Quake 4 demo with id's Todd Holland's head, which also included a tournament, followed. At the same time, we got a chance to catch up with Microsoft's Peter Moore.
It's almost an honor and a privilege to be here at the same time as 3,500 gamers are getting their hands on Xbox 360 2 days in advance of anybody else in America, and just walking around outside, the look on people's faces, everybody's getting comfy. I think I hear right now Todd Holland's head of id is going live on stage to show everybody Quake 4. You know, what's interesting for me is we're used to this. We go to E3, we go to GDC, we go to TGS. Gamers never get this opportunity to hear a Todd Holland's head or a Cliffy B talk about their games, so I'm psyched. We wanted to make it a little bit of a pilgrimage. We felt that if it was too close to an urban center, that we would probably not get the type of person we wanted, which is a core gamer that's willing to make the journey. The number is the number. I mean, we're trying to make as many Xbox 360s as fast as we can, expedite them all around the world, air freight in particular, and make sure that everybody wants one, gets one soon enough. Demand clearly is outstripping supply from the get-go, but our goal is to get as many as we can in gamers' hands as fast as we can. In the first 90 days, I believe we'll be somewhere between 2.5 and 3 million units worldwide.
Whoa.
And then perhaps equally importantly, by the end of the calendar year, I think we'll be at 10 million units worldwide.
For a look at the full Peter Moore interview.
Man, there you go. He before it was released, he's predicting sales numbers, dude. That was some bold ass Xbox predictions, man. They were cooking. They were cooking. Now this is what they're talking. This is them cooking now.
That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Oh?
Ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Said who? But you want to know what? I thought while we reminisce about the 360 and why Xbox even existed, let's go back to the OG tapes. And it was interesting. Is like, you know, the fact that Windows is the platform for gaming now, and how Peter Moore was talking about the 360 on the 20th anniversary, and we're hearing about Xbox 360, and you look at how Microsoft celebrated with a whimper over the weekend for the biggest generation that really put them on the map. You got to think, Grinders, and as you hit that like button, or the thank you button, as I call it today, as you think about it, you got to say, well, if Windows was always the answer, if Windows was always it, then why did Xbox even exist? What was the purpose of Xbox if it was just to put Windows under your TV? If that's where we're at now, that Windows is the platform for gaming, then what was the purpose of the 25 years of Xbox and 20 years of 360? What was all that about then, if it was all about just Windows in your house and your TV? So I had to go back to the OG tapes. And this grind's giving, I think we got to go back to get some good receipts to be thankful about. And why don't we go back to one of the OGs in Ed Freeze? And this part was very intriguing. Actually, this is something new that I learned, and I want you guys to hear it, and we'll talk about it on this stuff as we go through the memories of Xbox. But take a listen to this, because this is some crazy stuff. And probably being featured in one of the King Thrash's documentaries. But here you go.
But anyway, so I have to step back a year. So go back a year. Basically, I teamed up with this DirectX group and tried to help them push forward this idea of this console that really runs Windows, that's really a PC, blah, blah, blah. At the same time, there was another competing group within the company that was the continuation of that Sega Dreamcast Windows CE group. And their proposal said that our proposal was totally wrong. They said, no, we should build a custom device just like a PlayStation 1 that only runs games, and it's, you know, custom operating system, custom. So anyway, those two groups rose all the way up to the very top of Microsoft. They each had their own group of vice presidents surrounding these ideas, kind of in Microsoft fashion. And then they got all the way up to Bill and Steve, and there was a big battle, and we won.
And they won. Two groups at the beginning of Xbox. There was a group that was the DirectX team that just wanted to build a PC that just does a PC. And then there was a group that worked on the Windows CE version of the Dreamcast and said, nah, man, we need to do custom, just like the PlayStation. We got to do a custom. And Microsoft had two teams battling for what that Xbox original was going to be. And he said that it got all the way to the top, and their group won. Just make it a PC. We're not customizing anything. They won the battle, right? And I was like, oh, okay, so what happened? Well, now listen to this part.
And that was the continuation of that Sega Dreamcast Windows CE group. And their proposal said that our proposal was totally wrong. They said, no, we should build a custom device, just like a PlayStation 1, that only runs games, and it's, custom operating system, custom. So anyway, those two groups rose all the way up to the very top of Microsoft. They each had their own group of vice presidents surrounding these ideas, kind of in Microsoft fashion. And then they got all the way up to Bill and Steve, and there was a big battle, and we won. And we won basically because we, being Xbox, won because our plan was more on strategy. It was more of a Microsoft plan, okay? Because we were running Windows, so we were leveraging other things inside the company and blah, blah, blah.
Sounds like history repeated itself. There was people that just want to make a console, Xbox, and compete, and there was the Windows group again. And it looks like now we're at the point where the Windows team won again. But this is where this story takes a turn. Because they wanted, it's Windows, it's going to do this, it's going to do this. But now, listen to how the story takes a turn.
After we won that meeting, that Windows CE group kind of got broken up, and some of the people came to work in Xbox and contributed to that. Anyway, we went off and we spent a year really looking at the problem. And over that year, our point of view changed quite a bit on a bunch of these things. And we drifted somewhere back more towards the middle between those two extremes of it's really just a PC running Windows, and the other side, which is it's this pure custom thing. But we drifted pretty far, away. So by the end, maybe there's a little kernel of Windows in there, but it's not at all running Windows. But it still has an Intel processor. The basic architecture is still a PC architecture. It still has a hard disk, which is something we had in the plan from the very beginning, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you got to understand all that before you go into this meeting. So the meeting was the first time we basically presented to Bill and Steve this year worth of work.
So now they took after they won that this thing was going to be just a PC, they then realized that they needed to be more custom, and they went all the way to the other side in that we're going to be a custom device after a year of working on this thing. Now I think he's going to tell the story of the Valentine's Day Massacre. So now they presented it to Bill Gates. This is what I think he's going to say, and go, dude, this is not a Windows PC anymore. It may have a little kernel of it, but this is a custom device. Because they were full 180 and realizing that they couldn't get and what he says in the beginning is that they wanted a simple system. You put it in, you play the game like a PlayStation, but they wanted to do it with Windows, and it didn't work with Windows. That's why they moved all the way to the other side to go, we need custom. In order to get the experience that we want to make in this device, we need to go custom. We can't just make it a PC. Wah, wah, wah. We need to do custom stuff to give that experience. So they spent a whole year and realized that the Windows CE group was right. And now change the plan, and they come back to Bill Gates.
Leading up to making this machine, and it was when we were going to get final permission to go forward and spend a lot of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. So we go into the meeting, and it's the big, important Bill meeting room. And, we're all sitting around the table. It's probably 20 people in there. And Bill walks in, and he throws our PowerPoint deck. He's got a printed copy of the PowerPoint deck. He throws it down on the table, and he says, "This is an insult to everything that I've been involved with at this company." That was like the opening of the meeting. It was like, whoa, and a lot of us had worked with him over a lot of years, and we had seen him kind of go over the top a little bit, and but still, that was like, okay. And you know, so that happened. So, and we knew why he was mad. He was mad because we had told him it was going to run Windows, and he had just found out that it wasn't actually going to run Windows.
Dude, this is wild. Hit that like button, grinders. We're cooking turkey tonight. Grindhouse style. We're roasting them. Yo. That's why he was upset. And what's interesting is that when you go back and listen to the propaganda that Microsoft did for their 15 or whatever the hell year anniversary, they just talk about this meeting. You don't know, like, they don't really go into how they kind of finessed Bill Gates. They said, oh, yeah, we're making a Windows device. He gave it approval. They spent a year doing it and realized that they could not use Windows to make this thing what they wanted it to be. They needed to go custom to make it a simple console experience. They came back to Bill and he did not like it. I like hearing that again because it doesn't run Windows.
Oh, so that happened. So, and we knew why he was mad. He was mad because we had told him it was going to run Windows, and he had just found out that it wasn't actually going to run Windows. And so some of the whole reason that he had picked our team a year before were now gone. We all looked at Jay Allard because he was in charge of the operating system, and Jay doesn't look kind of like a deer in the headlights after Bill had said that, and you know, in a sort of dramatic fashion. So then I tried to say something, being the other kind of technical guy in the room, and Bill shoots me down, and then my boss Robbie Bach tries to say something, and Bill yells at him, and then by then Jay's got his legs, and Jay argues with him, and then he yells at him, and it just kind of goes back and forth like that for hours. You know,
they're probably explaining to Bill Gates, we can't get the gaming experience to where we want it with Windows, and Bill Gates don't want to hear it. They're coming up with technical abilities like Windows updates and all those downloads and all the challenges of Windows that are still here today. A lot of the complaints that you saw where people booted up the quote Xbox ROG Ally X, and they're like, this is not a console. This is updating 3 different places. It takes forever. This is a Windows device. This is not a gaming console. So let's not listen to these dopey influencers trying to convince you that, oh, everything is an Xbox console. Dude, they fought tooth and nail against the top of the company to define what a console experience is versus a Windows slapped on machine. Hit that friggin' like button. History repeating itself, and now the console is on the losing end of this one, and they all got what they wanted. A full-blown, it's not even a device made with the friggin', it's Windows. That's it. They got what they wanted. Crazy. And they're right impatient. All these years, the same issues. And they're probably explaining to Bill Gates, Bill, we wanted to have a boot up simple approach, but Windows keeps getting in the way. We need to go custom. I don't want to hear it. You insulted me. This was going to run Windows, and now it's not. But Bill, we can't get the game to just boot up and play. It wants to update. It's not syncing the controllers. It's not. I don't want to hear it. Windows, Windows, Windows. And he didn't want to hear it. And then now somebody says, what? What about PlayStation? Here we go. Watch.
You know, and then Ballmer starts to join in, and because Ballmer's looking at the business plan, and the business plan says we're going to lose a lot of money over the next 5 years of this project. It's going to cost a lot of money. We're not going to make that much money. So he's yelling about that, and Bill's yelling about the technical stuff like he often does, and you know, it was 4 o'clock on Valentine's Day. It was 5 o'clock. It was 6 o'clock. It was 7 o'clock on Valentine's Day. We're basically just saying the same thing over and over again. We're like, hey, we looked at this for a year. We're very confident that if you want to go into this business, this is the plan to do it. We agree with you. It's going to cost a lot of money, that you're not going to make a lot of money. We agree with that. But we're quite sure that if you want to do this, this is the way to do it. And we just basically say variations of that over and over and over again.
And they're telling them, if you want to get into the console space, you need to make a console. You cannot just slap Windows on a device and be in the console space. and compete against the Switch, your PlayStation, Nintendo. You can't get that audience, because what they were trying to do here. So what Ed Freeze explains early on in the thing was that he was doing Fight Sim, Age of Empires. He was doing those kind of games, and he was PC gaming, but they kind of hit a cap of what they can do, and this console space was blowing up, and they wanted to get into it. That's where he came together with Seamus, and they came together with the DirectX team. But there was also, they strong-armed, he said, the Windows CE to get it on a Dreamcast, but they wanted him to make some games for it, and he said, no, I'm not making games for Dreamcast with Windows CE. But now you see the dichotomy. The whole point of this is that they were proposing to tell Gates, Windows is not going to get you into this space. You're not going to be into this gaming space with Windows. You need to make a competitive console to what's going on to capture that audience. So trying to finesse people now and telling them like, oh, a PC is an Xbox is a PC, you're lying to yourself, because the origins of the Xbox prove they're different customers. They're different experiences. And if you're not catering to one, you're not catering to any. Because you're just making a device that's cut in the middle. It's too weak to be for PC gaming. They don't want that weak ass shit that's not customizable. That's not expandable and tweaking all this. They want their rig. They don't want that stuff. A console gamer doesn't want that PC experience. They want a console experience. You're trying to satisfy two ends of the stick. You're not going to satisfy any. And they sat there and fought him on Valentine's Day to tell him, you need to make a console in order to get the console audience. And now they're not. Now they're like, oh yeah, we're making a console, but it has Windows on it. It's like, dude, that's exactly what Bill Gates wanted, and that's what they said no. That's not what Xbox is. And what's crazy is that initially they won. Initially they thought that's what Xbox would be. Just a gaming Windows device under your TV. A Windows Media Center. And they learned over a year they could not get the experience down with that vision. And they had to move to the other side and make it more custom. And now they're fighting him with it.
But anyway, it's 7 o'clock. It's heading towards 8 o'clock, and we're all looking at our watches because we have like dinner reservations that we've missed, and we're all in trouble with our spouses at home, because we're stuck in this meeting from hell where we're getting yelled at, by the two most powerful people in the tech world. And so then, like right around, I don't know, it seems like it was right around 8 o'clock at night. This one guy, Craig Mundy, who'd been very quiet up till then. Craig had sort of this conspiracy theory that Sony was slowly taking over the living room and sort of infiltrating the home through a series of products that if any one of them you looked at by itself, it might not be much of a threat. But if you imagine them networked together, you could almost kind of see that they had sort of put a PC together by putting different little parts in each of these products that were all becoming popular in people's houses. And his point of view was that that was a real threat to Microsoft and Microsoft's ability to get out of the home office and spread out to other places in the home. And he had sent many memos around, for months or even years about this. So he didn't need to say all that. All he said was, what about Sony? And Bill repeats it. Bill says, yeah, what about Sony? And then Ballmer repeats, Bill, what about Sony? And they look at each other, and there's kind of a pause, and then Bill says, we should do this. And Ballmer says, yeah, I agree, we should do this. And then they're getting excited, they're going back and forth. Yeah, we should give these guys everything they're asking for. We're asking for a lot of money. We're asking to be like left alone from the rest of the company to basically go off strategy and build this stuff that's completely unlike any other part of Microsoft, to be like have the freedom to not be part of the rest of the company and to do things the way we want to do them and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And they're like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna give you guys everything you're asking for. You guys should go do this. We're gonna give you everything. Go do it. And that part of the meeting lasted about 5 minutes. Okay. And we walked out of there, my head was spinning. You know, I turned to Robbie, and I just like, that was the weirdest meeting I've been in 15 years in this company. You know, that's what I said to him. You know, but that was the start of Xbox. And then you know, a few months later, you know, Game Developers Conference, Bill was up on stage showing our prototype and announcing to the world we're doing Xbox. And from then it was just a mad sprint, less than 2 years between then and when we launched in 2001.
Hit that like button, grinders. My goodness. That's right, Ron. It says the foundation at Windows is flawed for gaming. It never was made for gaming. It's made for the office. Yes, Steam is the only thing that put a Band-Aid on Windows for gaming. That's why Steam is so popular, because it unified gaming on PC, because Microsoft didn't deal with it. Microsoft was doing everything at separate installation files and all this other stuff. Steam is the one that integrated it. That's why Steam is where it's at. But isn't that a crazy story? Isn't that crazy? That's exactly where we're at right now. We're at the point where they just flipped over the table on the console experience, and now they're saying, hey, it's just a PC. Right, Sarabon? What was that again? Hearing that story and that battle and stuff, and now you got Sarabon going like this.
Is the number Windows team. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. The next generation of Xbox is coming to one device, store or tied to one device. Closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. That Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. And you could say, what about Sony? What about Nintendo? What about Steam? I'm sure when Steam announced that Steam box, that Steam machine, they're like, what about Steam? They're going to take over that TV. You know, and I think that there's a lot less focus on people think like, oh yeah, their phones. People are on their phones, but you know what? Everybody got a living room. Everybody got a family room. The TVs are still being purchased. Bigger than ever. Projectors, TVs, OLEDs. The theater, the movies, the experiences, the surround sound. People have home theaters now. Like, entertainment at your home is still a huge, huge thing. I don't know anybody that's like, yeah, you know what? I don't have a TV in my house because I just walk my phone. I just use my phone for everything. We don't have a family room. Everybody on their tablets and on their phones. We don't have a couch. We just walk around on our phones. Who don't have TV? You got TVs in every room in the house. So to say that, oh yeah, well, everybody plays on different... Dude, the TV, the entertainment center, that experience, it's still there. It's still a threat. And that's what that Steam machine is doing, man. Because now people don't just have one theater. People don't just have one surround sound system. People got like, I got that TV with that speaker, that TV with that speaker. That's the kids' TV with that speaker in that room. You got multiple family rooms. You got the TV is essential. So you could talk about phones all you want. Yes, sit there with your phone with the TV on, but the TV is still a thing. That couch, that theater, that thing, it's still there. And to dismiss that and be like, oh, well, people are on their phones and Windows. No, you need to address that home entertainment system, that experience. Because I don't know if anybody listening to this show has a friend that doesn't have a TV in their house, doesn't have an entertainment system, doesn't have a surround sound, doesn't have a TV, an OLED, doesn't have a flat screen. Nah, we just got our phones, man. We just walk around with our phones. That's it. Everyone on their phone. Nah. People buying TVs. So taking that experience from the TV and bringing it with you is what the Portal does. It's what the Steam Deck does. Taking the games off the place where you prefer for when you're not at your station, when you're not at your home base, and you want to take those experiences with you so you don't lose progress, where you could tap in to the games that you love, the experiences that you want. You take that Steam Deck, you take that Portal with you. And guess what? There's no extra subscriptions with Steam Deck. There's no extra subscriptions with the Portal. There's no extra stuff to just play the games that you own from the devices at your home base. That's why the Portal, that's why the Switch, you take your games with you. You don't pay another subscription and say, "Wait, I want to take my Switch 2 games in the car with me." You don't have to pay for cloud services. You don't have to buy the more subscriptions from Microsoft. You don't need to do that. You just take your shit and go. That's why those are successful methods. Microsoft is trying to weasel Windows into that experience and try to sell you all these other devices that require subscriptions to gain access, or some program, or do they fit play anywhere, and all these stipulations and asterisks. And that's why it's going to fail. And you heard how hard they fought to make Windows not part of Xbox. And you watch, and she says, to ensure Windows is the #1 platform of gaming. Who says who? Even people who play on Windows don't want Windows to be that shit. They'd rather have Steam. So I want Steam to rip them up a new ass. Because I'm telling you, this Windows for gaming is going to fail just like Games for Windows Live. They tried. Dude, we are in the Matrix. You need to be watching. We need to turn the Grindhouse into the Matrix guy. I got to be dressed all in the white with the white beard and the pen and sitting in the chair going, the architect of the Matrix is that you've been here multiple times before, Microsoft. You've tried this many times before, and unlike other ones, it's about choice. It's about the door to the right, the door to the left. It's about you came here with Game Pass. You tried here with Games for Windows Live. You tried all these different things. And you failed every time. Zion falls. Windows falls. UWP. You tried with WinWP and trying to make a universal Windows platform. You tried this with Windows Phone. You've come here so many times and you failed. Zion falls. Enter the Grindhouse. That's right. Where is it? There it is right here. Enter the Grindhouse. You've come here to Zion. Zion fails every time. You're an anomaly. Xbox Play Anywhere has been here. Enter the Grindhouse. This is the Matrix. That's what they've done this so many times before. Now they're doing it again. This is just another anomaly, another iteration of Philness Neo and Sarah Bond Trinity. Sarah Trinity. The Sarah Trinity and goddamn Philness Neo. They're trying. I'm telling you. You've come here, Philness Neo, so many times, and you failed every time. Games for Windows Live. You tried to implement Live on the Windows. You've come here. You've chosen the door. But what do you want to choose? Because no matter what you choose, she will fail. Trinity will fail. Xbox will fall. This is the 7th iteration of Philness. Feed. But that's what it is, dude. How many times have we been through this? Enter the Grindhouse. You've stamped your fans every single time they're still gone. You lose, Philneo. Like, dude, like it is. It's Enter the Grindhouse. Like, it really. It reminds me so much of that. Like, there's so many differentiations, and like they say, Phil, you failed so many times, and then the screens have all the different the philos on them, and they're like this. They're like, no, yes, haha. They have all the different emotions. Yo. And for those who haven't seen the Matrix, dude, that's exactly what it is. What is it? The Matrix architect. That's what it is. What is it? Like the movie. the architect of the Matrix to find the anomaly of Philo. Let me see if I can find the image. Give everybody an image here. Not the Animatrix, the Matrix. Was it? It was 2, right? Where he meets the architect. Was it the? It's at the end, yeah. Here it is. This is what it is. This is what it is right here. I'll give you a visual. This is me sitting here. There you go. This is me sitting here, right? This the Grindhouse. See? This is me. This is Enter the Grindhouse. Right here. This is Grindsgiven. Here we go. This is me, Enter the Grindhouse. There I am, like, Phil, you've come here so many times and failed before. And here are all the failed attempts of Phil Spencer of trying to implement Windows. This is me. I'm like, Phil, you've come here so many times. UWP, you were going to fix everything. Windows Phone was going to make a universal platform for everybody, but no developers wanted to come in there. Phil, how many times are you going to come here? Now Windows is for gaming. Dude, this is it. I'm all the white room with the screens, this is it. The Philo, that's Philo. And Sarah Bond Trinity. And I'm saying, Phil, how many times are we going to try to make Windows? You tried to say oh man, remember the time, Phil, when you came in here and you were telling me how the Xbox One was 3 operating systems, one with Windows NT, one with Xbox, and then there was another layer that would bring all 3 operating systems together, and then Kinect couldn't work because you were utilizing the power for TV. Phil, don't you know I am the architect of the Grindhouse, and you have failed every time. Trinity folds, Sarah Bond folds, Microsoft, Xbox, Windows fall. How many times are we going to do this, Phil? We tried it with cloud. All cloud is going to do off computing. And Philo is like, I don't believe you. I'm the architect of the Grindhouse. Phil, how many times have I told you this? It fails every time. You are an anomaly. You suck again. You always will suck, no matter if you go through that door or the other door. Windows sucks, and you suck. Philo, choose your door. Trinity Bond falls. But I see you have love. What is this, love? It's different. It's not different this time. Windows will fall. Zion and Windows will fall. Booty's Morpheus. Booty is Bootius. Oh shit, Bootius. He's like, do you want the shit pill? Dude, yo, Matt Booty is Morpheus. No, he has 2 pills. He goes, I got the stool softener on the right or the constipation one on the left. Which pill will you choose? This is Matt Bootiness. Morpheus. Booty Morpheus. Would you choose the stool softener in my right hand, the blue pill, or the red pill, which is the constipation pill? Which one are you going to choose? And Matt Booty sitting there with Philo. Yo, I got a whole skit. Matt Booty telling Philo, Phil, you are the one. Phil, you are the one. You're the one, Phil. Booty's like, I had a shit vision. Booty's like, Phil, you're the one. Booty believes. Booty believes. He goes, hit that like button. These are on the fly skits. Yo, this is what it is. This is the craziness I think of, man. The Booty's sitting there. He's like, Phil, you're the one. You're the one that's gonna break Microsoft and make Microsoft win. Microsoft will not fall like the previous Microsofts. He's like, yeah, you're right, Bootius. I got Game Pass this time. The Oracle. Who's the Oracle? Todd Howard. Todd Howard's a fucking Oracle. Todd Howard, the Oracle. We're going to spend Sony out of business. Phil, you got the money this time. We're gonna spend them out of business. Let's go talk to let's go talk to Todd Howard Oracle. We spent $7 billion on the Oracle. I'm the Oracle. I'm the guy sitting in the chair going, Phil, I've seen this bullshit before. No, I'm the architect. I'm sitting here going, dude, Phil, look at these versions of Windows on these screens right here. I've seen this all before. I've seen this bullshit before. Get through the door. Windows will fall. Windows will fail. Every instance, Phil. Windows fails in every single instance here. In gaming, Windows fails. I'm in the chair. I'm sitting there with the pen going, Phil, I've seen this shit. Sneakers is Agent Smith. That's right. Dude, he's the anti-Phil. He brings out all the bad news. Yo, I like Bootius. Bootius is like, Phil, take the shit pill. This is gonna make you shit soft for 2 weeks. Here you go. Oh shit. Yo, Mr. Anderson. Rumors. Yeah. They move Game Pass. Phil Booty's like, Phil, you got Game Pass this time. And you got Trinity. You got Sarah Bond Trinity. Jack into the Philness. Jack into the Philness. Phil, I've seen the world, Phil. Phil's like in there. You know, yo, where's Phil? Phil be doing like this at an interview. Where is it? Neo Dodge. Yo, this is Phil. Yo, Phil, I've never seen somebody move like that when they asked about the games. Phil, I've never seen anybody move that fast when they asked about the games, how the games are coming. Phil, like this. Yo, in the Philness Matrix, Phil Spencer moving like this when they said, Phil, how are the games coming along? Phil, I've never seen anybody move that fast. I gotta watch the Matrix again. Phil in an interview. Phil, what about I'm excited about the games I didn't announce. Oh shit, dodge those questions. Phil, they just asked how Perfect Dark is coming along. I never seen it move that fast. Booty's like, Phil, you're the one. You're the one, Phil. I know it. You're the one. Not fast enough. Yo, Phil's the one. Sarah Bond, Trinity Seasons. I never saw anybody move that fast at an interview, Phil. Phil dodging the questions. Phil dodging the questions. The bullets. No, man. Only 4 games. There he is. This is Phil Spencer. Yo, Phil Neo. Only 4 games. He's like this. Only 4 games. This is when people, these are all the questions. Phil's like, stop. No. Phil, how many Game Pass members? No, this is Phil at a meeting. This is an interview. They go, he's the one. Phil's the one. Phil's the one.
Black Ops 6 day 1 Game Pass.
He's beginning to believe. They're like, Phil's the one. He's the one. Look at him. The media was asking him all those questions. Look at him. He's just like, no. Yo, how many game? They're like, how many Game Pass subscribers you have, Phil? How many? Phil? How many games are coming out? Where's Fable? Where's Perfect Dark? What's going on with Halo? No. Booty like, he the one. He's the one. I've never seen anybody move that fast in an interview and dodge those questions. He's the one. He's the one. Philo. And I'm sitting there going, the Booty all glazed. I'm like, Booty. I'm sitting there like this. I've seen this shit before, Phil. I'm the architect. Yo, this shit never works. Windows always fails in the end. Zion falls. Windows falls. Yo, Jaguar Game Pass numbers. Not right. Yo, there's Phil right here. Where is it? Phil, what about those Game Pass numbers? How are they coming along, Phil? Phil, where is that? He goes, where's my Game Pass quote? Look at him move. Like, where is he? He's, oh, shit, where's the Phil Spencer?
Business, we have to look at the return on our business, the cost of the business. We've held price on our console. We've held price on games for us and our subscription. I don't think we'll be able to do that forever. I do think at some point we'll have to raise some prices on certain things. But going into this holiday, we thought it was really important that we maintain the prices that we have because we think, as you said, consumer.
Yeah, Phil, he doesn't.
Let's talk about Game Pass a little bit more, since that's a big bet for Microsoft. How many subscribers do we have now? And it does seem like a really good deal for the consumer, but what about the Microsoft investor? How is this a moneymaker for Microsoft?
Our last public number was 25 million subscribers that we've talked about.
We get an update?
Not right here, but
I've never seen somebody move that fast. He dodged those questions. I haven't seen anybody move that fast. He's the one. Bootiness. Oh, man, bootiness. Oh, man, that was great. Blue screens. I should make that an AI movie, man. It is. Sarah's Trinity. JB Cat. Sarah Bond is Trinity. And Booty's Morpheus. And this is us sitting in the chair going, Phil, we've seen this horse shit before. Look how many times Windows has failed. Windows and gaming don't go together. Look how many times it's failed, Phil. We've seen the bullshit. This is the Grindhouse chair. We're all sitting here going, Phil, we've seen this shit before. It doesn't work in the end. You always fail. This is the 6th or 7th version of Philness. It doesn't. It all makes sense now, right? It does. Dude, it's a movie. There you go. Easy Tone with a 20. He goes, this grind's giving. I'm thankful for you, Jez. You're always telling the truth from your two sources, your eyeballs. And to PlayStation for focusing on making great games. The live service nonsense sucked, but they're still delivering. That's right. Thank you, Easy Tone. And thank you for you being you in the Gaming Grindhouse. Oh, man. There you go. An ad hoc skit right there, Grinders. That is a classic. This just happens on the fly. This is just me just being me and just thinking shit. Because this is how I feel. We've heard this story before. We've seen them try all these different things, UWPs, all this other stuff. Yo, it's the same shit. And in the Philness world, he moves super fast. He's like glazed. He has all the. I got all these fans. Jack into the Philness. See, Matty Beast, I just explained the Matrix to you. He was an anomaly, and he kept trying to do the same thing and failed. And these are all the fails. And we're trying it again now. Now it's Windows. Now it's here you go. Now, Phil, what are we doing now? What is this version of the Philness Matrix? Here's Trinity.
With the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Trinity don't know about all these versions of Xbox. See, Trinity knew. Trinity is a new version. She don't know about all the previous fails that Windows had because she wasn't there. Trinity knew now. She don't know about the previous 5 Philness fails. Dude. Holy shit. Yeah, you want to know? Now we're at the 8th version of the Philness of the Windows fail, and now we got it right here, Grinders. Here it is. So
malware
just to kind of
ESC dropship, and as it leaves, it explodes and careens off into the distance.
We have big plans. Explosive, visionary.
Each of our factions has an upgrade tree that you unlock progressively as you gain reputation with them.
And along the way, you're going to unlock these capstones that are these special upgrades. When you unlock that final capstone, you're gaining access to the best stuff in the market. You're getting gold items.
In addition, these faction upgrades can increase your runner's base stats, and those base stat upgrades are permanent for the rest of the season.
So then they reset it again. The color palette, you don't like it, Zarek? The color palette? Yeah, it's that, like, that neon. Yeah.
Denied. Access
Hey, it's
denied.
okay. It's just me.
You're not alone.
The Codex is a suite of achievements, collectibles, audio.
All right, we're in collectibles.
And if you're not ready to take your best
What's the
stuff,
ship?
well, you're not going to survive.
It's like a heist for a runner. Cryo Archive is big in and of itself, but it's also cold. It's also hostile.
It's going to test every aspect of the survival game. Probably going to be forced to run to players in ways you haven't been on other maps. You're going to run into basically every type of environmental threat you have faced before. You're going to fight a who's who of the highest tier UEC.
Oh, this is for the sweats. Sweat mode.
This presence you haven't seen before.
Yeah, that's the one thing about the seasons. Like, you know, it's like, okay, you got good stuff, and then they like kind of like that's
cool
what you got for the season, and then season over. Yeah, this sounds like a
And
raid.
that 7th vault is where you both are going to get the coolest thing, but also where you're going to learn the most about what happened to this place.
At some point in your journey in Cryo Archive, you might start
Yeah, this does sound like a raid
UEC are there
part.
to keep you out, or if they're actually there to keep something else in.
That's sweat mode.
I think the thing that I'm most excited about for Marathon is getting into the hands of our players.
The biggest thing I want people to take away from Marathon is,
And they need like the beta, so they didn't announce that yet, like an open beta.
It
They're probably gonna
takes all
need
the
something like
aspects
that.
I think Bungie is really good at. First-person feel and gunplay, the super deep,
Wish I had
crazy
vehicles in it
sci-fi
though.
lore
I wish my
mixes
vehicles
up
were
all
there.
those things together in a really amazing PvP package.
Really comes down to every single discipline that's working on the game. The animation has to be good. The sound has to be good. Everything has
There's
to
an
be
open beta coming. Yeah, this is all the sales pitch, but this is like how it was shown. I remember the gameplay reveal. Like, this is the way. Yep, see, from the creators of Halo and Destiny, huh? Yeah, this is how it was initially shown. Yeah, it didn't. It had that. Oh, that. Oh, yo, look at those trees. Look at that grass. Oh man, that looked rough. Yes, Herman Holtz went over there and flipped over some tables. Yeah, it looks so. It looks much sharper now. Like they got that. I said that haze and lighting and stuff is so much better. But yeah, they definitely man. And when was this? This was like 8 months ago? Jam. This was 8 months ago.
But the dream is not over.
Oh, they cleaned this thing up in 8 months. See, look at that haze. Like, oh man, like look at that. Definitely. Wait a second. We gotta do Grind's Foundry here. Grind's Foundry. And then we come there. And then we get them over here. Whoa, damn, where are we going? No, high God. Let's go over here. We gotta do Grind's Foundry here. Like you're looking. Let's get that grass area. Like they cleaned it up, man.
Risks from AI.
So we have all these tools now, Rook with ProxChat and the way the game works and sort of how tense it is. I think all those things work together really well.
Look. See that the grass area.
Sorry.
Definitely got my attention now.
Blasting with the sort of survival narrative.
Is it the lighting?
What kind of world that we're creating.
The world needs to feel like there is something sinister underneath the surface, even when the colors are.
6 months, dude. Somebody lit a fire under their ass. That's right.
We want to marry the classic Bungie game feel, where you are blasting.
Like, yo. Is that time of day or something like that? Like, dude, that is like 2 different games. Like, that is like 2 different games right here. That's not lighting. Yo, that's crazy. Somebody went over. I told you, Herman went over there and he goes, I talked about my tentpole title. I have 3 buttons undone. Now, I'm going to tell you how to fix this game. We bought you. It's quality. Dude, Herman went over there from AA to AAA. Yo. Like, look at the difference. It's crazy. You can just go through this. Look, just go through. Have them run next to each other. It's like, it does look like two different. It's crazy. 8 months. Like, you would think that this thing on the left is like from like 2 years ago. You would think that it is like from 2 years ago. I can't believe it's 8 months ago. Look at, dude, look at that effect. Look at this. Look at this. That, and then compared to when they did it to somebody in here. It was crazy when they like did that execution thing. Was it over here? Was it over here? Definitely improved. So it's very interesting. I like what they're doing. And you know that gunplay there, I like the leveling up. You know, definitely going to play it. And it's $40 coming out in March. So there's the one thing, though. Everybody's like, the $40. Hey, that's the way it rolls. So, like, you know, this is not free to play. This is, if you want free to play, you can play High Guard. You can play High Guard if you want that one. But yeah, look at this, dude. Just like the lighting and stuff is, yeah. See, look at that difference. That was what I was trying to get. Look, I found it. All right, it's right here. Look at the difference here. Like this one, they disintegrate. Here, they stay and they decompose. This is what they were first doing. They were disintegrating. Now they stay and decomposing and be looted. But see what they were doing before? They would just turn to pixels. So yeah, definitely that whole, like, a map gets all messy, people are looting dead bodies, and the bodies disintegrate and turn to pools as people continue to loot them. But yeah, like, look, it was just this, it was a lot more, like, yeah, the effects and stuff, dude. Even the indoor environments. You're seeing the difference here. Yeah, so somebody went over there and fixed it. I'm down for $40 on it. I'm down for $40. I like the upgrading of the guns. You know, I think this vid doc is exactly what the Sony needed to go cook. So yeah. So it came out 40 John Cena, there he is. He's John Cena's happy. John Cena's happy. He's happy. He knows it's time. He knows that's how the devs went in there. They're like, okay, it's time, Sony. Herman Holtz went over there and did that to Bungie. Herman Holtz went over there. He went over there to Bungie after he saw that 8-month update. He goes, we need this to come out in the financial quarter. And then he put him in a headlock like this, and Bungie's like, you know what to do. Herman Holtz went over there and did that to Bungie. They're like, oh, man. Bungie's like, all right, we know, Herman. We know what we got to do. We know what we got to do, Herman. Oh, man, we know. So they got, look at PlayStation hyping it up. There we go, as they should. Oh, it was Bahama. Yes. Marathon Video dives into new features ahead of March 2026. Now, a little bit of Grindhouse criticism here. No date. It says March 2026, but we don't know when. The time, that's right. Leach, they said the time is now. One last time. The last time is now. That's what, and Herman went over there. He said the last time is now. That's right. Herman's like, you can't see me, but you're going to see me now because you were going to get this done. Before you couldn't see me and I trusted you. Now the time is now. Last time. Yo, proximity chat, solo scavenger experience, which I think is great for people that don't want to do that. And then visual updates, obviously, and much more. So definitely, I definitely think they did a lot better. These are this new look at the gameplay here. Yo, it looks a lot cleaner, man. Like, look at the lighting and stuff. I just showed you that murky other stuff. Like, man, the assets, it definitely has a really cool, interesting look to it. Now it seems to be much more cleaner than whatever hell that murky, whatever the hell that stuff was on there. Like that murkiness. Like now the lighting, everything looks like it pops. Is it March? No, it's March. Is it March 26th or March 2026? I thought it was March 2026. I don't think they have a date yet. Let's see. See? Marathon releases March 2026, targeting a price. Oh, we'll announce additional regional prices as we get closer. Purchasing Marathon give you full access to the game, including the roadmap of free gameplay updates. This will include new maps, new runner shells, events, more in Season 1. So you get everything included there. We also want to ensure logging in you love the game, fear of missing out. So Marathon's reward passes will not expire, and you'll be able to purchase and unlock prior passes. So you could buy a prior passes. Hey, for the people that like that passes life, I don't like it, but it is what it is. We believe in preserving competitive integrity, so survival will never come down to how much money you spend. We'll share more about our plans for seasonal content, a roadmap, and details of when you'll be able to try the game as we get closer to launch. So, yeah, so there's nothing yet on the specific date, but it's March. And listen, March we know is the end of the fiscal quarter for them, so I think like everybody kind of drops their games in March to kind of grab that last quarter. And they did say that Marathon was coming out by the fiscal year, their fiscal year end, which is March 26th at the end. March is March. So it'll come down. Probably March 31st it'll come out. You know, like the last day of March, but it's slated for March. I like what I've seen. So there you go. They got me back on here. Grindhouse, I'm down for paying $40 for this. A Bungie first person shooting gameplay, I'm in. I just liked and I liked what they've done with the environment. I like the looks of it. It looked a little too Robloxy, a little too computerized, murky. Had this cream fizz haze on it. Oh, it looked horrible and it looked dull. Now it looks like it pops. It looks visceral. It looks a lot better. Now, let's see what they can do with the guns. And they say not about money, so we'll see how it goes, dude. But I gotta say that VidDoc did do its job, and I'm kind of like excited for it. It would be good to get a first-person shooter, you know, in here. Like Arc Race is what it is. It's third person. You know, a lot of these third-person games, getting a first-person type game like of this from Bungie, who does that stuff. I think it looks good so far, and I think they're listening, and that they're really honed in on what people want. So, but some of those, yeah, I agree, Zarak. Like, you know, some of those robot people on the ground and stuff, a little like they look like they're put together with Legos. Some of them. So we'll see. But hey, man, they got so is that. So wait, so when did they move Soros to? So Soros is April right now. So they let Marathon have March so that Soros keeps April. Soros is April 30th. It was March. So they probably pushed out Soros to April so Marathon could have March. I'm wondering if that's what their plan was. But it's very interesting that Soros got pushed out to April when it was supposed to be the end of March. And now Marathon is now announced for March. So they got Marathon March, Soros April. Sneakiest delay. That's right, Kyle. That was a incognito. Yeah, that was a wild delay there. But man, it just shows, you know, Herman Holtz goes over there and does this. You know what I mean? You know, Herman Holtz goes over there and does this. And then you got Matt Booty going over there with Phil, and they go like this. So guys, it's fine. Ship it. We're okay. You know, this is what happens when Xbox heads over to the studios and it looks like ass. They go like this. They play shit flute. They go over there and they do the flute. This is what when Phil goes over there. He goes, oh, everything looks good. Ship it.
Would you ship that? What you just played?
There you go. That's what happens when Phil and they see trash. But Herman goes over there and he's like this. He goes, what? He goes, what? What do I need to do? He went over there and flipped over some tables. And he's like, the quality flute. That's right. That's the tale of two studios. That's what happens. Two managers. One cares about games. The other one says, ship it. We'll fix it later. Then we'll talk about Call of Duty. What a disaster that's been. My goodness. Talking about disasters. You want to hear disasters? Grinders. Satya not happy. Satya not happy. We got a new article. Man, his days are numbered. That's all I gotta say. His days are numbered. He's fighting for his life now. Every article. Yo. Hit that like button, grinders. We cooking tonight. In addition to the love install base and an install base that expects their games to be in Game Pass. That just seems like a fight that you can fucking keep that shit. I'm just going to put it on PlayStation. Here's the price. Buy it. Thank you. It wasn't Sony money hatting all the time, Phil. It was just that your install base was so low, but you're sitting here on the road crying. I thought Jim Ryan didn't want the deal to go through. Phil Spencer crying about Sony doing stuff against them. Meanwhile, February, he on his hands and knees begging them, "Oh, we need what they have just for games. We're learning." Dude woke up in January. He woke up 7 months. He woke up 8 months later like this. Oh, shit. We need them. Oh. We need them. But here they were hostile. Quote, a decision we make all our games is to ship them on Xbox and PC, Phil says. There's a financial upside to shipping on PC. We have complete discussions on where content will show up and returns to us. Quote, we're thinking about where a title is. We're thinking about the overall financial impact, inclusive or exclusive of certain platforms. Phil Spencer talked about not shipping on PlayStation with the GLT gaming leadership teams. Uh-oh. Phil Spencer, here comes a question for you. You've had conversations on not shipping first-party games on PlayStation. Phil Spencer says, yes. We have overall discussions on the impact of a piece of content, inclusive or exclusive of what platform it ships on. Uh-oh. Question, Phil. You told a colleague before you didn't see a point in putting out individual games on other closed platforms, right? Yes, Phil says. Oh. Oh man, Grinders, this is
another one.
Man, Grinders.
Like zoinks.
Phil Spencer says he don't see a point in putting games on other closed platforms. Grinders, hit that like button now, damn it!
The Xbox Glaze and the Glaze at
Like
Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation fun.
Xbox Discord can't save them now. Phil Spencer under oath. Oh, man. Dude, Tim Stewart got him on watch, dude. Phil, that's not question. Follow-up for Phil. That's not a one-off statement, Phil. You've said that multiple times before. Phil Spencer says, I have. Oh, shit.
Is fucking raw. Raw chicken. It's raw. Fucking raw.
Hope you join the Grinders.
Raw carrot.
Oh, man.
Raw. Fuck off. And by the way, it's raw.
Oh, man. That is golden, man. Gonna be golden. Golden. Phil. I would love to tell Phil of June 2023, my dude, get ready to meet Phil of 2024, man. Oh, talking about crying, man. They must have had Phil in the meeting room, man. It was Phil. It's over, bitch. That's why he turned so gray, man. The Philness just exited his body. It's like, it was done. And what I love is that these web influences pieces of shit come out here and they try to say, dude, you don't know. No, man. No. Everyone plays, we all win. It's all about this. It's all... Really, bitch? Really, bitch? No. It's always been... Exclusives are antiquated. Listen to Sarah. Exclusives are antiquated. Nobody does them anymore. It's over. Remember, you're dumb. You don't know what you're talking about. It's always been exclusives don't matter. PlayStation never was competition. What are you talking about? Listen to me. Hit that like button. Super chat my ass. Phil sending me out there to play with some games. And Jackie Jones. Thanks for the free copy, Phil. This has always been the message. What are you talking about? Weren't all you guys right up Phil Spencer's ass with the purchase of Activision? What did everybody forget? Everybody forgets? Well, the fucking Gaming Grindhouse don't fucking forget. This is all said right here. We don't forget here. The grinders in the chat, hit that like, but we don't forget. We know what's been said. We know what competition was. We know that they just kept switching and spinning a Rooney like Booker T in the middle of a ring. So don't come, oh no, never was exclusives. No, they never, it's antiquated. Bullshit. Sony was a competitor. Sony Phil was crying. And Phil said multiple times, I don't see a point in putting out individual games on other closed platforms. In June, and then they said, that's not a one-off, Phil. You said that all the time. Yeah. Phil, you have conversations, questions. We don't forget here. So don't give me that whole Glaze shit like, oh no, man, you guys are old timers. Exclusives of old time. Old timers? They're 2023, bitch. Phil Spencer talking about how hostile Sony slapping them across the face. They can't fall behind. Oh, but it changed. Well, what changed, bitch? They got the deal. Listen, if Phil Spencer in 2004 would have just said, dude, it's all coming to PlayStation. We got frosted glass, bitch. Bitch, I just ordered a whole bunch of frosted glass from fucking Lowe's. It's coming in. We're putting frosted glass in our studios. We're making PlayStation games, FTC. Back off. They would have said, no, courtroom adjourned, bitch. Go to lunch. It's over. Phil Spencer here fighting for his life, talking about exclusives and Sony hostile and buying games on third-party games. And I don't see any value in putting my games on closed platforms, he said. Shit. And 7 months later, dude, he woke up on New Year's 2024 and was like, oh, fuck, revelation. He goes, wait, I had a dream. He got visited by the... Dude, I told... Yo, we got another skit, grinders. This just happened. Hit that like button. We got a new skit. I know what happened. In Christmas of 2023, Phil Spencer was visited by 3 ghosts. Fucking Jacob Marley came in there. Yo, it was the ghost. It was the ghost of Seamus Blackley. The ghost of Xbox Past. And he's like, Phil, Xbox. He come in and go, Phil, I need some ghost sound. We got this is the skits grinders. We got Phil, something happened. It was the Xbox Carol, the Xbox Christmas Carol. Phil was visited by 3 ghosts. 3 ghosts. We're gonna have a ghost background. I need a ghost background. Where's my special effects artist? We need a spooky background. The ghost of Christmas past, a ghost of Xbox past. He showed up. He came back in there. Let me see. I don't have a good spooky background. Ooh. There it is. The ghost of Xbox past. Oh, Phil Spencer, you will be visited by 3 ghosts of Xbox past, present, and future. And when they come and see you, I don't know when, but they will visit you, Philness. Here's our first ghost of Xbox past. Seamus Blackley and Ed Fries.
Spooky, spooky.
Phil, remember why Xbox was here? Laura Fryer, they're all here. Phil, remember Xbox what it used to be? And Sony was taking away all the games, and you fought to be better than Sony. Remember the origins of Xbox. Phil Spencer wakes up and he's like, oh my God, Ghost of Xbox Past! I remember why Xbox is here. Laura Fryer came to visit me. Seamus Blackley. They told me why Xbox is here. They told me. The Ghost of Xbox Past. And then they get visited by the Ghost of Xbox Present shows up. Oh shit, the Ghost of Xbox Present shows up. Oh, Phil Spencer. I am the Ghost of Xbox Present, and I have a message for you, Phil Spencer. It is not a very lengthy one, but I will let you know the Ghost of Xbox Present is here. I am the second ghost you will see this evening, and I got one message for you here in the Xbox Present.
Oh no! We suck again!
Goodbye. Oh shit! Phil's like, oh man, we suck. Phil, the Ghost of Xbox President, told Phil Spencer he sucks again. He's like, oh shit. Oh man, yes, we suck again. Oh my God, Phil's now shaking in his boots. Oh, and now you will see the final ghost, the Ghost of Xbox Future. Yes, Phil. This is the most scariest ghost you've ever seen. Yes, Phil, I have a message for you from the future. Yes, let me tell you this, Phil. Hold on. Let me make sure I have the ambient sounds for the community in my Xbox Ghostly chat. Phil Spencer, the Ghost of Xbox Future, has a message for you. Are you ready, Phil? You may be very spooked about this message. You've heard from the Ghost of Xbox Past of why Xbox was here. You heard that the Xbox Present Future, the present Xbox Ghost, told you that you still suck again. Well, Phil here, as the Ghost of Xbox Future, I got a message for you. Fuck it all. Everything's going to PlayStation. You suck. Xbox sucks. And yeah, Phil, you're done. Money counts and you blow ass. Oh, shit like that. Grinders. Oh, Phil, what do you got to say? Phil.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look.
Yo, Phil woke up the next morning and goes, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. I've seen all the ghosts. And then they said, just fuck it, put it all on PlayStation. Oh, Jacob Marley, oh, fucking, it's been a Xbox Carol. Hit that like button, Grinders. There you go. The ghost, they told them, they said, fuck it, put it on PlayStation. It's over. Money counts. It's done. And that's what happened. Then in 2024, after Phil was visited by the 3 ghosts, he just said, dude, just 4 games. Frosted Glass, come on in. Get the PlayStation dev kits. Put it on PlayStation. It had to be. Hit that like button, grinders. You just got a live skit. I just made that shit up right now because I just thought about it. Because something happened between June of 2023 and February of 2024, and it had to be. It's the holidays. Christmas is next week. It's the Xbox Christmas Carol. We may have to revisit that skit again in a formal the night before Xbox Christmas. We might have to do it again. But granted, hit that like button. That was an ad hoc. That was an improvised Xbox Christmas Carol. But it's something that happened. He got visited by 3 ghosts. And they just said, forget it, it's over, Phil. Wrap it up. Now, where was I? Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That's what you get here, grinders. This is the talent. The Grindhouse, they feed the stories. They feed the stories. I'm sure we can get a lot of comments of more things I could add for the ghost of Christmas and Xbox pasts and for present and future. It's Herman. Herman's like, you belong to me now. Something did happen, right, Josh? Tim Stewart, the guy that hosts ZeniMax, said, Phil, put your pants on. We're done. Because Phil says he sees no point in putting games. And now Phil, because remember, if Phil would have just said right there, guys, I got frosted glass, we're putting everything on PlayStation, the FTC would have said, fuck it, let the deal go through, we're done. But what were they fighting for? This is what I don't understand reading this. That's why I wanted to read this with you. Because all this conversation that he had, what were they fighting for? They were saying PlayStation's the enemy. PlayStation's using their 30% to buy games from Microsoft to buy exclusives. And exclusives is the number one thing that differentiates their platform. Oh, what happened? And now they talk about, like really, it's like you've had conversations about Microsoft skipping PlayStation with Activision titles. Yes, he says, it seems like a normal conversation that we would have. Really? You were going to skip PlayStation, Phil? You were going to skip PlayStation for Activision titles? You've had these conversations, Phil? Question, under oath. I don't remember specific conversations, but we will have to have conversations about that. I remember the result we came up with, which is a financial model that includes Activision games continuing to ship on PlayStation. They call it Project Denali's Activision acquisition. They had a project name for it. Here's the question. The economic value is what is the near-term financial return would have be to justify the valuation, right? He says, economic value is about what you pay for an asset. It's not the same of a strategic value. Strategy rationale and the financial rationale are 2 different decisions. Oh, really? Well, it looks like the financial rationale has bit them in the ass. So question, it may be the case that have an asset, strategic value may outweigh the economic value. And Phil Spencer says, we will encourage to find the strategic value in the economic value. It sounds like he was leaning to, dude, we are willing to, we may strategically put Call of Duty in Game Pass and not have the financial economic approach to do so. Right? Yeah, where's that PlayStation? Where's that Nintendo Switch version of Call of Duty? The unknown likes the thumbnail. There you go. I know you don't like that. How does any opportunity relate to a strategy that we're on? Then financial analysis and the financial implication, blah, blah, blah. Spencer says there isn't a value on the strategy. It's a strategic analysis. It's more of a commentary on how this asset fits into the strategy. He's trying to pull some Philness here. He's trying to say, we could, financial, economic, making money is not most important. We could be strategic. And now the FTC says, get ready, Phil. They presented a chat between Mr. Nichols and Spencer in 2019. Nichols says, I'm in the mind that Dungeons should be PC and Xbox only. Remember Minecraft Dungeons, grinders? Remember when they first announced it, it was only on PC, and then they announced it for Xbox a year later, and then they added the Switch and PlayStation to it, and the guy looked pissed. Remember, I did that video. I'm in the mind that Dungeons should be PC and Xbox only, where you can buy Game Pass. We should hold on Nintendo and PlayStation. That's what Nichols said. And Phil says, I agree. Remember, Phil said he's in charge of where games go, exclusives. Quote, Phil said, I agree, but the game ended up on all platforms. So, we continue. Now we got the BBs. Not the BBs from Death Stranding. BBs, Bond and Booty, and Phil Spencer email in March 2020. Can't be read out loud, but the question says, you were aware of an arrangement with Sony to pay Activision to give Activision some timed exclusivity with Call of Duty on PlayStation 4. He said, these are still advantages that Sony pays for. Mm-hmm. The maps. Question. It was your understanding that Activision was paying to get Call of Duty on PlayStation earlier with Xbox? He says, yes. You're contrasting what Sony is doing with what you're doing. In next paragraph, you talk about the strength that Xbox has, and you talk about the regrets about limitations with those strengths. Dude, Phil Spencer crying since 2020. They were so irked that Sony was this is the craziest thing. That Booty, Bond, and Sarah, and all of them, they were so hostile against what Sony was doing. When they pulled all this shit in the 360, and they didn't think that Sony was going to do this shit back to them. They didn't think that Sony was going to say, well, we got maps, we get content, we get the marketing. They were so bitter. Xbox did this all in the 360. They did it with GTA 4. In the Ballad of Gay Tony and the Archangel one. They have the deal only on Xbox. They did all this. But when Sony got the leverage, Sony started buying exclusives, getting games, buying the marketing away. And they were so bitter. These are emails from 2020. And him crying in 2023. Not decades ago. About 7 months before they put all their games on PlayStation. Crying about Sony just using their own money against them. And trying to sell, well, we got strengths too. It can't just be about maximizing, putting content on other platforms. FTC and First Spencer wants to find ways to do something, perhaps exclusivity. Quote, his quote was, we have to find ways to use our content. Dude, this did not sound like the person that says when we all play, we all win. This sounds like a bitter Philness Spencer, a person who was not allowed to do what he wanted to do. Crying. He just I tell you, it definitely, I have this whole envision that it's definitely a little kid crying that he's losing the basketball game and he just wants to take the game ball away so nobody plays. That's exactly how Phil Spencer sounds, like a little crying kid. But they are winning. They're doing this stuff. I just want to take it away. Take it away. I'm going to take my ball and go home so nobody plays. So I can't lose. Because there is no game. And that's a whining little bitch. That's what he is. He wanted to do something with their content. Phil, I thought making great games wasn't in the cards. Phil Spencer, you said right here, making great games won't do shit. So what do you mean we got to do stuff with our content? Your content was ass. It was made by ass. But booty cheeks. Great games would have gave you leverage, but you didn't. You had ass games. So you had no content to leverage. So that's why you had to go buy other people's shit. But it's just like, You just want Sony to stop. And he said it in the Remember the Thing with Paris. Sony and Nintendo, they doing things to make it hard to be Xbox. Cry me a river, bitch. It's called competition. And you guys did it. But you don't like it being done back to you. And what's crazy is that you're sitting on all that money, but nobody wants to give it to you to do anything back. So you just want Sony just to kind of stop. Why don't you send Hagit over to PlayStation so he could stand outside their headquarters and be like this?
Stop. Enough. Stop. Enough. Stop.
Why don't you get on your little emails, get on your little influencer bandwagons, and go send Hagit over to the PlayStation headquarters, have him stand outside in the parking lot with a big sign.
Stop. Enough. Stop. Enough. Stop. Enough.
Get Mr. Yellow Chair out there, too.
Mr.
Get him out there. Have them sit in the parking lot. Sony, stop. Let us be, please. Oh, because I thought it was Rocky. It's now how hard you get hit, but it's how hard you get hit and stand back up again. That's how winning is done. If I remember the quote that you Xbox marketed when the Xbox One was getting knocked down, but it was about how getting back up. This don't sound like you getting back up. This sounds like you got knocked down and you don't want to get you hit them, but they just hit you harder and knocked you down, and you just want to tell them to
stop. Enough.
Stop. Leave me alone. No. Well, you hit me first, bitch. So I smacked you back harder. Now you want me to stop? You started it. You initiated this. You took this from us. But what's crazy is you go into the X streets now, and it's like, oh, exclusives. Everybody, one family now. Yo. What do you mean? There's no hostility. It's just fanboy. This will be called fanboys. Phil Spencer sounds like fanboy number 1 right here with his booty patrol. Yes, exactly. Lucci, that's exactly. They got back up and go, let's be friends. You slapped the sense into me now. Now we'll be friends. Let's go. Let's be friends. That's what happened. They slapped PlayStation. PlayStation slapped them harder, knocked them down. Phil Spencer cried, got up and said, oh, no, I'm friends. Let's be friends now. But ways to use our content. Remember, Booty spends Sony out of business. Huh? That sound... Oh, console wars. Dude, these are $1 million people right here. Executives that pay this job. They sound like fanboy A number 1. So who the fuck are you to tell us console wars are over? Bitch be spewing shit right there. Oh, then nobody does the wars. It's not Sony and Play. It's not that anymore. The consoles are dead. Yo. Bitch was crying that the games weren't coming to Xbox. Crying. Didn't see points of putting games on closed platforms, he said. Quote, here it is. Question, Phil. You have not optimized Minecraft to run on PlayStation 5, right? Phil goes, no, we have not. Sony was reluctant to send us dev kits for the PS5 at the same time they were for other developers. This put us behind in our development of the PS5. Oh, man, dude, this is just golden. This is golden. Question, Sony held back the dev kits? And you fought back by not giving them optimized Minecraft, Phil? Phil answers, all we did with Minecraft was look at how we maximize the success of Minecraft. There is a version of Minecraft that runs on PS5. We don't charge customers to buy the new version. I think Sony could have sent us the dev kits to Microsoft just as easily as we could have sent them to our developers. FTC showed Microsoft talked about withholding Minecraft content on PlayStation, but ultimately the game shipped on PS5. Sony did not send dev kits to Microsoft in time. There we go. The new COO of ZeniMax, Phil Spencer, talking to the new COO, Stewart, about management in 21. Quote, I'm fine with F76 in PS Now. Final Fantasy 7? I don't know what the hell. Spencer said in an email. What is F76? I think he meant F76. Oh, Fallout 76. There it is. Sorry. Quote, I am fine with Fallout 76 in PS Now, Spencer says. Quote, we have not allowed Minecraft to support PS Now. We see PS Now as competition for Xbox Game Pass.
Sir, do we get the win this time?
Stop! Enough! Stop! Enough!
Fucking crazy. Question. Microsoft does not allow Minecraft to support PlayStation Now because it's a competitor? Sony will come to us with an offer. It's not something that the title elects to be part of. There's a financial situation between us as the creators and Minecraft and Sony. Spencer says it's not our exclusive. It's not our elective. Okay, elective. I guess that's elective to put their content into PlayStation services. Sony will need to acquire it as a service operator. Oh, here we go. Call of Duty on the Switch, dude. If Call of Duty launches on the Switch, it's not going to look the same to players on Xbox. Phil Spencer. Before he even talked to Infinity Ward or anybody, he goes, our goal is that it will be equal or better quality of other Switch games. Oh, shit.
Means when I think about Xbox, I'm going to think about quality games. We have work to do there. We haven't done our best work over the last few years. It's our first party output.
Oh, my God.
That's always been a hit.
Yo, this is Phil Spencer. Spencer confirms
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say always. Like
that Call of Duty's target performance on the Switch would be relative to other Switch games, not relative to Call of Duty performance on other platforms. Dude, Phil, we are in 2025 now, going to 26. We have yet to see Call of Duty on a Switch, and there's a new Switch. Oh, man. Phil Spencer, who did you talk to? Phil, do you anticipate Call of Duty? Phil would have been better off just doing this.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at
He would have been off just every question just saying that. Phil, do you anticipate Call of Duty on the Switch will look the same to a player as if that player was playing on the Series X? Phil Spencer says, I think it would play as a great Switch game. I don't think it will look the same. I hear you. Oh, wait, I gotta see if there's anything else in here. Oh, here we go. Phil Spencer. FTC mentioned Spencer talking about exclusivity with ZeniMax in February 21. Jill Braff was responsible for interrogation with ZeniMax and Microsoft. Mentioned how we think about exclusivity in that email. Remember that? And here's the Bond Booty Spencer email. Getting ready to how announce the Bethesda acquisition. Phil Spencer writes, quote, I want us to be bold in our announcement of Bethesda close. Focus on Bethesda on Xbox. I know there's financial implications, Xbox Game Pass implications, and legal implications. Quote, this is about my words to our community who watched the announcement, yes. Now, in November 2021, after the deal closes, monthly business revenue email with an agenda. Phil's, quote, top of mind was a 20-minute speech speaking of slot guidance of exclusivity of future titles. Phil Spencer spoke 20 minutes on the guidance of exclusivity of ZeniMax. Oh, shit. Huggy!
Stop. Enough.
No, we're not. We're not stopping. Give me that booty drop. Oh, man, we need this one. Yo, Phil Spencer, exclusives, 20 minutes.
Pony drop.
Oh man. Quote. Here's Phil Spencer's quote. Everyone plays, we all win, Phil. Right?
Where that box is in the name of
Quote. In running the platform business, the Xbox business, the topic of exclusivity is something that we generally have to talk about. The Switch and PlayStation, they both have a significantly higher number of exclusives. It's talked about a weakness of our platform. Continues, exclusivity is a topic talked about continuously, even outside ZeniMax games. There have been so many discussions about exclusivity of titles on Xbox. I don't remember the conversation in 2021. Exclusivity on console titles is a general topic. It's a constant conversation. I had many conversations with Jamie Letta at ZeniMax about which platforms titles to ship on, what platforms he ships on. Quote, do you remember about talking about the platform releases? Quote, Phil Spencer says, I want to make it clear to the team that their games they're building would at least be shipping to Xbox and PC. Remember good old Hines, when was Starfield exclusive? When Microsoft acquired us? Mm-hmm. Quote, Phil Spencer says, I announced to make the decision on a case-by-case basis. We would leave the decisions we would make for other platforms for a later date. Mm-hmm. In running our business, I understand ZeniMax games are building that their core will be launching on PC and Xbox. Oh, man. We made the decision on a case-by-case. There are games that we have shipped on PlayStation, not PlayStation only, and not day and date only, and not Xbox, vice versa. We have done day and date on both Xbox and PlayStation. In general, Jamie and I would have discussed about platforms. Spencer on TESVI, The Elder Scrolls. They will talk about this at 23. Quote, we've been unclear on what platforms it's launching on. Given how far out the game is, it's difficult for us to nail down the platform. Phil Spencer, are you the decision maker on exclusivity of all those titles? He says, yes, I am. Spencer on the Elder Scrolls 6. Oh. Quote, the game is so far away. Can I say that now? The game is so far away that making a definitive statement on what platforms is going to launch exclusively would be hard to do. I've made public statements that the Elder Scrolls 6 will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Spencer says now, I don't know if I made a public statement. I can't recall. He pulled one of these.
I don't know. Like, I'd have to go back and look at
Phil Spencer, let's talk about Janky Jones. Oh, shit.
The buried treasure is gems.
Hit that like button, grinders. Oh, man.
Blackberries, raspberries.
You're cooking. Janky Jones was multi-platform before the acquisition, right, Phil? Yes, he says. Oh, shit. Janky Jones, he pulled it. Question, Phil, you paid Disney to amend the deal so Janky Jones will be exclusive to Xbox and PC. Phil Spencer goes, the game was in dev for multiple platforms and not Game Pass. We approached Disney to talk about Game Pass. Oh, man. Here's a question. If you had the financial ability to have a developer skip PlayStation anytime you wanted, would you do it? Phil says, I would not. Question, Phil. If you had the ability to depreciate a game on PlayStation, would you do it? Not in practice, no, dude. They're trying to get him to bite. Oh, man. They're trying to get him to say that. Yeah, see, now they jumped in now to try to get Phil like, oh, he won't destroy games. Phil Spencer, would you depreciate a game? Yeah, I just think they naturally
think about Xbox. I'm going to think about quality games. We have.
Phil says, the thought we would create a lower quality game on another platform, in my view, it diminishes our reputation and brand. Given that PlayStation is significantly larger than Xbox, building a high quality game for Xbox and somehow a lower quality PlayStation doesn't make economic sense. No, instead they do the opposite. They put a low quality game on Xbox and they fix it all up ready for PlayStation. Oh, no. Just when I want to pull out, they pull me back in. The next question. Phil, Halo is not on PlayStation. Can you reconcile that? Oh, my God. Yo, he was visited by 3 ghosts. He was visited 3 He had 3 ghosts come. He had a real Xbox Christmas Carol happen in the end of something happened. He goes, in the console space, all the platforms have exclusive games that don't launch on other platforms. We are significant deficient behind the hit quality and number of exclusive games. Yo, we are at I'm sorry, I'm reading on the small screen. We are at a significant deficit behind hit quality and number of exclusive games. Dude, crying again. How Sony and Nintendo have more exclusives than they do. That's why. Why is Halo not there? Well, we are at a significant deficit behind the... Life altering night, dude. He was visited by 3 ghosts. He had the Philness Christmas Carol. That's coming to the Grindhouse. Minecraft confirmed his Xbox highest driver revenue. Halo is much smaller than Call of Duty. Starfield is much smaller than Minecraft. We used to just ship games on our Xbox. We didn't even ship them on Windows. It was a few years ago we made the decision that our console games would launch as consoles on PC. Sony delays their launch on PC because they're trying to drive people to buy a PlayStation. Our strategy is to find as many players as we can on Xbox because we have nobody. Well, that's what I did. Let's see. What is this? What is this part? Yeah. When you bought ZeniMax, there were a lot of risks for working with third parties. They're not funding development. If a game is on the market and its customers on another platform, we're acquiring something the customers pay for on the platform, nurture it. We will keep Call of Duty on PlayStation if Sony allows us. Quote, question, do you have any reason to keep it from PlayStation? Phil Spence says, the financials, the size of Call of Duty, the role it plays in valuation of buying Activision, making it financially impossible for us to recover for us losing Call of Duty on its largest platform. There you go. This is great. This is why I don't understand. Like, we have 50 games on PlayStation, he says. We are very familiar with shipping games on PlayStation. We would like to expand our presence on PlayStation with all future versions of Call of Duty, which is my goal. There's significantly more players on PlayStation than Xbox, as we know. There's a lot more PlayStations on Xbox. The game is very successful in both. If you pull the game from PlayStation, do you anticipate a reaction from those customers? Gamers are active in vocal group. Us pulling Call of Duty from PlayStation, in my view, will create imperishable harm to the Xbox brand. Yeah, I think it's already done. Judge, Phil, you're testifying on the road that you will make future Call of Duties on PlayStation 5. He goes, absolutely, I would do it. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm making the commitment standing here. It's my testimony from PlayStation. Sony has allowed us to... If Sony allows us to ship the game, yo, Phil Spence is crying. Oh, man, and there's a lunch break. Yo, they're still interviewing him? Oh, man. Oh, then they talk about mobile. All right, we gotta cut it off. I'll save it at this thing when it goes, we're back. We'll go do the thing. But man, woo, grinders. What a friggin', yo, those are quotes to sink your teeth into there. Hit that like button, grinders, man. I tell you, like, it is crazy. It is like, they knew the value of PlayStation, but I told you at the time, they just didn't want
To place the Xbox Nexus on the rhombus is such a beautiful representation of the marriage of the precision, the robustness of Asus's design, and the power of Xbox.
Something that I think is really cool is we have a micro texture, which is that little Easter egg that starts to hint to the partnership between Asus and Xbox.
It is the best of Xbox. It is the best of Windows. Working with Asus and creating something specifically designed to help gamers have the experience that they have so long dreamt of.
Until now, the experience that you could have on the go was just not even remotely close to the experience that you could have playing games at home.
You look at this device in your hand and you're just blown away. How did we put this incredibly high-end console into a handheld?
I think once people hold it in their hands for the first time, they're gonna be sold. Instant on, get right into your game. It feels like everything you wanted a handheld to be, but it wasn't quite getting there. This is it.
When you boot up your Xbox Ally, it's going to boot into the Xbox experience.
We're turning off the desktop and other processes to optimize for gaming. That lets you have all of this memory back that can go just towards your games.
I don't have to think about Windows. All I have to think about is my game.
Yo, dude, these people, yo, where's my song, dude? Where are they? Man, oh man, these guys, I don't have to think about Windows. Dude, you got 20 Windows updates. Yo, the guy, look at the face. We know what we see here.
Glaze at Xbox Discord to spread PlayStation FUD.
Oh my god. This is a proof. That's right.
And being focused on my game.
Sir, I have a question for you, sir. Tell me why they're rushing this out.
What's your games?
I don't have to think about Windows. All I have to think about is my game. And being focused on my game, and I'm gonna get my highest score.
Dude, highest score. What are you?
Now, performance benchmarks are not everything when comparing the Windows experience to the SteamOS experience, especially when this is supposed to be an Xbox console. And one of those big ingredients is sleep and quick resume. Now, Windows sleep has always been a crapshoot, and thankfully it seems to have maybe gotten a little bit better since Alex from LTT made that deep.
We're gonna talk about this video wall, but
what up?
All right, I'm going to give you the 1-minute summary because I value your time. The Asus ROG Xbox Ally X has a terrible name, but it has really good performance. In my testing, it was getting about 50% more performance than the Steam Deck OLED. There are some big caveats there though, so check out the performance section of this video before you walk away with just that. Even still, performance is tied for the best I've tested in any handheld ever. It has decent but not great battery life, 2 hours on the low end and goes up from there. Amazing thermals, as good as anything I've ever tested, quiet fans, and amazing ergonomics. It's tied with the Steam Deck for my personal top tier of comfort. The speakers are also unreal good.
Talk about the experience.
And that is a crazy amount of money to pay for a console. And they don't even throw in a case. The Steam Deck throws in a case for their cheapest model that's less than half the price. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this review. Starting with what I think is by far.
So everything sounds great. Performance, top. Now hear about the problem. Guess what it is? Hey, Phil Neo, it's a Windows.
Are the biggest issue with the Xbox Ally X, which is the software, and redundant software specifically. There's basically 3 ways to do everything that you want to do on this handheld. You have the Xbox experience, brought to you by the Xbox team, Armory Crate, brought to you by Asus, and Windows, brought to you by Microsoft. And these are some examples for how redundant the software experience is, and redundancy in software is not a good thing. If there are a bunch of different ways to do the same thing, it just makes it confusing and clunky for the user. So for example, if you want to turn the Xbox off, you can do it in all 3 ways. If you want to look at your games library, you got your Xbox, your Asus, and your Windows games library. The Xbox button opens the Xbox menu, and that has ASUS's Command Center, but then right next to the Xbox button also opens Command Center. The library button, you can either have open the Xbox Experience library or the ASUS Armory Crate library.
Gaming.
But the Xbox button also takes you to the library in just a couple more clicks. And in my opinion, despite this being branded an Xbox, ASUS's software with Armory Crate is much more full-featured and it's easier to use. They've been working on it for years, so they've actually improved it quite a lot. And while I think the Xbox experience will ultimately improve, and I'm probably going to like it better because I generally like how clean and minimal Xbox does their software, personally, right now, it's worse because you can't do a lot of things that you want to do. So I prefer using Armory Crate because it has a ton more features, but at that point, there's nothing Xbox about this Xbox console. It's just an ROG Ally X with better ergonomics. And let me tell you, the ergonomics are really S tier, at least for me. But this is something reviewers aren't going to talk about.
What is he doing? Is he playing? Yo, why are you playing like that with his fingers? Dude, there you go. The software. Uninstalling game. Oh, here. Let's see uninstalling games. Our friend over here said, what? Excuse me, sir. What did you say? Sir, sir.
I don't have to think about Windows. All I have to think about is my game. And being focused on my game and how I'm going to get my highest score, how I'm going to be able to complete that level, those are right there for me.
You're just one button press away from getting your game bar that allows you to access various functionalities, utilities, and settings.
Game bar is going to bring all this fantastic utility there for you. You'll be able to, see the performance of the games. You'll be able to send messages to your friends.
Your most recently used games, connecting to a Wi-Fi network, or changing the volume.
If I wanted to bring some app experiences thanks to the game bar, like Discord and stuff, I don't have to leave my gaming experience.
We've made it.
Why did they do this to themselves?
Even though they should mention it because it's a daily experience, this is what happens when you try and uninstall a game. If you go through the Xbox experience, you hit Manage Extension, which then takes you to whatever launcher the game is from, usually Steam for me, and then you can uninstall from there, which kind of sucks as a user experience. In Armory Crate, if you want to uninstall a game, you can just hit X on the game, but then it takes you to the Windows Program menu, which then you have to go find the game again, which is so dumb. Also, I wouldn't recommend uninstalling games this way. I would highly recommend uninstalling through whatever the games launcher is, because if you uninstall through the Windows Program menu, it's easy for Windows uninstall to leave old files and folders, and then you're just going to have some junk files sitting around. So whichever way you want to do it, they're both pretty terrible console experiences for uninstalling a game, and uninstalling games is something you're going to be doing a lot. Are you seeing how this is just a Windows PC and not an Xbox console, despite how deceptive Microsoft's marketing is?
Really fast, controller friendly.
It's all there and meeting the player's needs rather than having the players find it.
But what's so special about the Xbox Ally is that you can play all of the games that are available on Windows from whatever storefront or launcher that be. All of them.
The best part here that I love is that the controller is and it immediately closes. And then sometimes you press X and it'll kind of just like hang around for a bit and you don't know what's going on. You don't know if it's closing, in the middle of closing, what's going on, what's happening. I don't really want it to second guess anything. That should be a hard line, press X, close the application. So I'm hoping that Microsoft fixes this some way later on where pressing X absolutely like kill -9 on that PID and just turn it off. If they can get to that point, I think that'd be fantastic. Right now, it's still pretty good. Then there's the whole Xbox Game Bar part of it. And right now, they're relying on the vendors to fill in a lot of the gaps. On the Xbox Ally and Xbox Ally X, this is all similar. You'll be very familiar if you have the previous ROG Allies. It's using Armory Crate. And Armory Crate to this day is now feature-packed with pretty much everything that you can want and highlights quick and easy options that target handheld-specific features of Windows that you'd want to activate immediately. It's like some of the changes that you do for standby. We'll be talking about that in just a second. But all the things that you can do for performance, how you want to set it, fan control, tuning up the analog sticks, what you want the back paddles to be, all of that. Every feature that you could possibly want is covered inside of Armory Crate and then quickly comes up instantaneously when you press that Xbox button. On the flip side, I think, is that Microsoft should be doing this vanilla. Like Microsoft should be looking at Armory Crate as the blueprint of what they need to do, generally speaking, across all of the different hardware and just control it as best as possible, or start telling vendors, hey, I need to be able to hook into everything I'm going to be hooking into it from here. This has to happen, because if you're relying on vendors, all the vendors are going to have different types of UI and UX, and that gets kind of not great as like a cohesive experience. So the Xbox guide button brings up the Xbox game bar, but so does the Armory Crate button. And the Armory Crate button only brings up the game bar without pressing the Xbox guide button. So what
Sounds
winds
like
up
a
happening
console
is
to
if
me,
you're
don't
just
you
wanting
think?
to press the Xbox guide button and Steam is launched and you're in the Windows desktop experience, what winds up happening is Steam because Microsoft has done nothing for years with a controller as an input class device, Valve was like, hey, we should probably do something. So Steam tries to do stuff for the Xbox guide button automatically. That stuff now needs to be disabled. Unfortunately, that's not the case right now. So by default, it's a really messy UX experience. So when you have Steam in the Windows desktop experience, if you press the guide button, it's going to launch in the big picture mode, and you don't want that. And then if you're in a game and you press the Xbox button, it brings up the Steam input tab, but then it's also the Armory Crate tab, and like trying to get between them, if you accidentally go between them, so you have to like press the Armory Crate.
You get the point.
Are available for you on the go.
You don't have to kick out to a bunch of different launchers. You go to one shared library and they're all there for you.
The real magic of Xbox Play Anywhere is the fact that I'm taking my progression, my achievements with me anywhere that I go.
That's your identity, that's your library, it's the community that you have, anywhere you are, not where the device is. Xbox is about you.
Not, I want to play that, I need to go over there. No, I want to play the game I want to play. Like anywhere. What game do you want to play? Here it is.
Xbox is everywhere. Whether you download it, play locally on your device, or you play in the cloud, it should be a unified experience.
Being able to unlock people from a single device is magic.
At the same time, they're trying to sell you a single device. Here's our fun lady. It's faster to fun.
It's gonna be faster to fun.
Lady was on some drugs. She's faster to fun.
It's magic.
It's gonna be faster to fun. There's gonna be more ways to play.
What the hell is faster to fun? I need to know, somebody. They're trying to sell you a device, telling you that it's magical to be removed from a device.
Magic.
It's gonna be faster to fun.
Here's your quote. Hashtag faster to fun. Buy an Xbox ROG Ally.
Button, and then it's just super messy right now, and winds up that the user is going to have to go in Steam and disable a whole bunch of stuff that is the Xbox guide functionality, and that is not immediately expressed or understood through the options in Steam.
We keep clicking, dude.
Ever since I was a little kid, I have been waiting years for an official Xbox
everything. The Xbox
handheld.
full screen experience
And unfortunately,
sucks.
we
And that's what they
still have
released
to
to
wait
everybody.
because this is not it. So this is the Xbox Ally. Technically, the Asus ROG Xbox Ally.
Let's get to the experience.
So the Xbox Ally is still sort of plagued with some of the Windows 11 fluff in the sense of just some software updates and things that need to happen there. But circling back to the full screen experience, it is a great experience. I'm able to see all of the Xbox games that I want to see. It also sort of seamlessly blends your other libraries into there. And so there is a dedicated library button, which honestly, I didn't even realize what that was until about 2 or 3 days into actually using the Xbox Ally. And so once you actually go into your library, you're able to see not only your Xbox games, but all your Steam games, your Epic games, all of the different games that you have from different libraries all in one place. And that's something that I really appreciate. Now, you can also sort of do that with Steam as well and sort of integrate some other games from like GOG, for example. I have like Metal Gear Rising Revengeance that is purchased through GOG and sort of some software props for that, for just sort of blending in all your libraries and really making it super seamless to
It's
just
only games that are installed on the device, not all your libraries. like
jump
Play
into. You're able to, also, yeah, like I said, Xbox full screen experience or the dreaded desktop experience, which, yeah, like I said, I've hardly ever used that desktop experience, but it is there if you are needing to use it for a specific function, or if you just don't have a PC or something like that and you need to use this as a PC, well, then you're able to at the top. The main that is something that I also really enjoy. So placement and the just example and the fact that you literally based Ally, the screen is actually sort of tilted up toward off axis a little bit, so that way these settings and brightness and all of that sort of jazz. So take all of that battery information, with you and do with.
Hey guys, welcome to I'm Adam Kovic.
And I'm Bruce Green.
And have you spent the last 2 years yelling at...
You may not know about.
Yeah, first off, Microsoft promises...
Yeah, why don't we keep showing Steam? Fast and fun. So that's the experience that they're bringing to everybody. It was supposed to be a handheld dedicated experience to this device, and now they're bringing it to full desktop Windows PCs. That wasn't even announced this whole year, and they're doing it now. Dude, they are rushing this thing out. It doesn't have a beta nomenclature. It probably should, but then they wouldn't be able to charge $1,000 for an Xbox ROG Ally X, talking about a premium Xbox full screen experience. And you could just go, you could just go right here, review. You could just ask AI, dude, what has been the Xbox full screen experience review? Let's see, Xbox full screen reception. And now we're going to find out more. They need more feedback. It's there you go. Rolled out. They talked about it so much. Xbox full screen experience, currently in preview for PCs, generally available on handhelds, has received mixed reception. It is praised for creating a console-like experience and save system resources, but criticized for lacking basic functionality, not offering significant improvements on its high-end system. Missing features, minimal performance gains, still Windows underneath. Critics note that despite the console-like wrapper, the underlying Windows operating system still requires typical maintenance. Driver updates, store updates, which can disrupt the seamless experience. And that, I think, is the biggest take-home message, that people thought this was something different. And yet again, the Xbox Matrix. You fell again. We suck again, Matrix. Faster to fun. But I thought it was very interesting that they decided to do that with it. And yeah, like, it really is a rush that they're getting this out there, trying to get as many people as on it in preview, get the feedback, see what people want so they can fix it, because Steam is coming. And guess what changed, Grinders? What changed? What made them want to put this handheld supposedly experience in handheld mode? Because remember, this was going to boot up just in handheld PC, right? Just a handheld PC. They never said that this was coming to Windows devices. People asked maybe, and they said, oh, well, this is just on handhelds. Well, now it's on everything. And why? What new thing got announced from the summertime to now? What got announced? What was the game changer that made them change their mind? That said, uh-oh, let's get this out. What is it? I think we know. The Steam machine, the Gabe box. There it is. That told them, get this thing out now. Now. It was a handheld experience. It was PC handheld, only focused on PC. I remember, because they said this. They said the full screen experience was solely focused on handhelds. It was a handheld development. That's what they said. They said that this was it would boot up in handheld mode. It would detect the device and boot up in handheld mode. And then what happened? And what's funny is that when did they start talking about this? When Steam OS became a thing and Lenovo had the Steam OS box. The Steam OS version of their Lenovo handheld. Microsoft started pushing this full screen experience because the Lenovo handheld was using Steam. That's right. Do they have it here? So you got to go back. You got to go back to when they were talking about this thing. When they were showing this at events. The hell's going on here? and Steam put pressure. Exactly. Here it is. See, you gotta go find it. See, you go back here. Look, see, June 2025. You gotta go back before this changed, because this made them pivot. Before this got announced. In June 2025, a key development of handhelds was related to software announcements, full screen experience that led up to the month's major tech events. The full screen experience, originally exclusive to the ROG Ally X, and the full screen experience was made generally available for Windows handhelds in November, after being previewed on other devices like the MSI Core. While a wider release happened later in the year, the technologically was still focused on 2025. This was all planned for next year. But they rushed and released it early because they know that this Steam machine is coming and it is going to threaten. What about Steam? We'll bring it all back. What about Steam is coming to the living room? And they're bringing this console experience to the living room on a Steam OS device. And now they scrapped the whole ROG Ally, Festa to Fun, all this stuff. It took all these people to come together. The genius.
We were talking to the designers.
Everything's coming together.
From both the hardware and software side feel like an Xbox.
The brightness that you needed on the panel, 1080p, 120 hertz refresh rate, and VRR.
It was so important to us that the experience from both the hardware and software side feel like an Xbox device from the moment you turn it on.
That's what people love about consoles. Press the power button and play. No configuration necessary. I just want to play games.
So let's take them to games.
And then guess what? This whole thing, scrapped. Steam machine's coming. Put it out on everything. Put it out on everything. Scrapped. Scrap all this fluff.
And software side feel like an Xbox
Scrap
device
it.
from the moment you turn it on.
That's what people love about consoles. Press the power button and play. No configuration necessary. I just
Put it on everything.
want to play games.
Put it on everything. Steam just ate all lunch. And tell me that they are not reacting to this, because Steam OS gets announced, they start pushing the full screen experience on handhelds. Steam Machine gets announced, they just throw this full screen experience on Windows desktops. They got to get it out. They got to get testing. They got to try to beat this to the punch. And tell me, oh, we don't have competition. Everybody plays. We all win. All this shit. Yeah. Tell me again. Dude, they're cooked. They're cooked. They're panic mode. And that's why it got announced there. And I just let the video speak for itself. But grinders, it has been a wild show. And we hit the goal. It doesn't matter. It's Grind's given. And because it's Grind's given, I'm given. And grinders, here you go. I'm sending out 5 VIPs out to you, grinders. Thank you again. There you go. It's Grind's given. Thank you again, grinders, for being a VIP. And thank you for being a member here, a subscriber. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'm giving out the goods. Grind's given. Sending out the members. Thank you for all your support and everything you do here. And just stay grinding. Keep it grinding here to the Gaming Grindhouse. And with that, keep it locked here at the Gaming Grindhouse. I might do a gaming stream one of these nights, maybe the night before Thanksgiving. Might do a game and grind there. In the name of Philo, we entered the Grindhouse. And we're going to do an open community night, definitely. Maybe we'll do a members-only open community, so everybody come in, chat it up. And I've done that before, where we did a members con, come in, all the members of the channel come in, and we just open up the Discord and chat it up on there. So maybe we'll do something like that. But a lot of exciting stuff. I'm definitely want to get some more gaming grinds in there, so keep it locked here. We had Enter the Grindhouse with Philness and Philo and Booty at Morpheus and Sarah Trinity. And what a skit. I'll definitely be tagging this. Timestamps will be forthcoming. And with that, grinders, have a wonderful Thanksgiving game here for the Gaming Grindhouse. But there will be more content coming to the channel with some gaming grinds and more possible shows in the next coming week, coming days. So with that, grinders, I want to say thank you again and leave you with a nice little tune as we head out here. Good night. Hit that like button. Share it out. We cook some turkey. Have a great Thanksgiving for those that are celebrating it. And we're ready. Phil Spencer excited about this. Hit it, Phil.
Black Friday's here, what a sight. Sales are popping, neon light. Xbox clowns, the price ain't nine. PS5's ready, rolling dice. Wolverine's waiting, claws so sharp. GTA 6 gonna steal your heart. Ooh, yeah.
Gaming.
Just buy a PS5. So sleek, buzz. Sony stacking wins each week. Xbox can't compete, they hike the price. PS5's a move, take my advice. Wolverine's waiting, claws so sharp. GTA 6 gonna steal your heart. Ooh, yeah. Just buy a PS5.
Got to the end. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, grinders. And thank you again for awesome show, awesome interaction. Yeah. And we'll get and their games too. That's right, Play Beyond. There you go. And their games. And on top of all those games, you're gonna get Halo. You're gonna get the Forza Horizon. Dude, it's crazy. And it's the cheaper console with the Pro that looks better than their own. So hit all the buttons, grinders. And we will see you do. So keep it locked here to Gaming Grindhouse. And the Gaming Grindhouse is out. Good night.
Phil's in the kitchen flipping pancakes, oh no. Trying to be the cool dad, putting on a show. Controller in one hand, syrup in the other. TKO Xbox, just like no one even bothers. What's this thing they're selling? Is it winning? Is it yelling? Feels like a punchline. But who's laughing now? Xbox, what the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast. Pixels are punching, consoles in a brawl. It's a digital ring and they're smashing through the wall. Knockout blow, who's counting to 10? TKO Xbox, they're back at it again. Jokes on stage. What the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast. Oh no!
Gaming.
Xbox, what the hell is that? Phil's got the swag of a dad in a cowboy hat. TKO, they're swinging, but who's hitting the mat? Xbox, yeah. They're coming in fast.